it's a little bit different this morning because
Morning.
normally I have my right hand man riding shotgun will be Mr. Kevin Harris, but he'll be with us shortly. But I have my lovely fiance to me, Miss Sonia, to my left, and always to my right, I got Mr. Romar Smith. How y'all doing today?
The street antlers.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Romar?
It could be a lot better, but I'm here. I'm thankful. Just a little bit under the weather on this special smokers holiday.
Oh, special 420 edition. Yeah, I kind of like it.
You gotta
Is
get
it really?
you gotta get your times right. It's evening, afternoon, not morning anymore, brother.
That was a couple minutes ago.
Yeah,
That was 2 minutes ago, man. You already up on the old stuff? Why you start with me already, bro?
it wouldn't be me if I didn't start it.
Well, you're right about that. So let's start off with a little bit of NBA action, shall we?
We shall.
We shall.
Let's get to it.
We got the basketball. We got the basketball edition. NBA. The finals is set East and the West. We want to talk about the one versus the 8th seed now, the 2 versus the 7th seed now, the 3 seed versus 6 seed now, and with the 4 and the 5 seed in the East and the West. As we're gonna have guests coming in, we're
Well,
gonna enjoy this.
well, I'm gonna say that 1-8 matchup in the West, very interesting.
The 1-8 matchup in the West. Now that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Am I correct?
Yes,
And they will be taking on
the New Orleans
no.
Pelicans.
That might be the series.
That's
What?
why I say it's gonna be interesting is because there is one key ingredient of a mismatch that works in the favor of the New Orleans Pelicans.
And what is that, sir?
And that I might add, my dear sir, is Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram. I like Brandon Ingram.
Because I say this because you're gonna have a matchup problem with him if he's the 3. Your 3 gotta be almost 7 feet tall to check him height wise.
You're absolutely right about that.
So you put anybody from 3 to the 5 on him, it's going to be a lot of foul problems. Any one of those positions, from the small forward down to the center, he's going to get somebody in foul trouble.
Well,
And just because of a little bit more playoff experience with what's your boy, the 2 guard, CJ McCollum.
who's gonna guard CJ McCollum in that matchup?
If they smart, they bet not. If they smart, they don't want SGA on them.
Because they'll wear him out. They'll wear him out on both ends. But they're
He might have to though.
the Thunder's a running team. Do you think you think they'll use their bench depth, or will that even matter?
It might not matter. Because it all depends on how well Brandon Ingram and CJ McCullough play in this series. And if they play well, you can see a 8 beating a 1 again.
I can I can see that.
And OKC is very young.
Yeah, one of the youngest team. One of the youngest teams in the league. I remember
They
I had
kind
that
of
trivia question.
they kind of mimic that old OKC team with Russell, KD, and Hyde.
They do.
But that's a hard fought veteran, somewhat of a veteran team in New Orleans, and they've been battle tested already.
Yes, they have. Yep. Coming to us, we got my who's normally my right hand riding shotgun. It's Mr. Kevin Harris coming to us. Yo, Kevin, how you doing, brother?
Hey man, I'm just glad to be over here, man. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be in the studio, but I'm still repping, man. So I'm over here still chilling. So hey, I'm still over.
Yeah, we sitting here talking NBA finals. I mean NBA playoffs. It's about to kick off. We going through the seasons one through going through each individual matchup, and we starting off on the west side. You know, one on the one seed versus AC Oklahoma City against now the New Orleans Pelicans. I want you to give me your takes on that.
Okay.
Yo, Kev.
Kevin,
I'm here.
give us your take on the one versus eight matchup in the West.
Yo,
Yeah, what's your take on the matchup between
oh, shit, hold on.
um, OKC and New Orleans?
Uh, between New Orleans and OKC,
Yeah,
uh, well, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out without Zion. So I'm thinking OKC is gonna win it. But like I said, they're the youngest team in the NBA. So who knows how that's going to turn out?
I think the one defining factor for me, like I said, is going to be the matchup with whoever got to check Brandon Ingram.
Right?
What's that? What was? Does anybody y'all know it? What their regular season record was? I mean, head to head.
Uh,
That's quick.
All right, because matchup predictor, right? I'm just going off ESPN.com. The matchup
uh,
predictor got OKC by 72.1%. Yeah,
Them
and
them numbers don't mean that much.
when your leading scorer is Zion, and he's averaging 22.9 points a game, and he's not going to be there, that's that's tough. That's kind of tough
Is
to
it really
overcome.
that tough when we know you can replace that 22 points per game in a collective of players if they show up?
I would
I mean, prime example, you seen it last night.
I would be on board with saying that. I would think Brandon Ingram would try to
He gonna have he did it last night. He gonna have to
again
step up.
Brandon
yeah,
Ingram.
but he has to be consistent. That's the thing. You
Yeah,
can't just do it one game.
yeah, but that's the thing. I can say that about all of them.
That was the juice.
I can say that about all of them. Every team in this playoffs.
Yeah,
Why? Because the one team that's been consistent is gone. Go Golden State is gone. LA kind of hard putting stock in them.
Golden State was consistent.
Everybody else, they did it. They did it once.
You say Golden State was consistent?
That's, I mean, as far as like dynasty wise, guys that you can trust game time after game time after game time after game
Well,
time
one of them,
during this
one of
during this
them,
playoffs.
well, one of them that you could trust didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back to what we were talking to on the phone. How can you say that when you said you can't trust them? Throw them away.
Mm-hmm. Throw
Yeah, you said throw Clay away, but you said it was the most consistent team.
was. That's what we're used to. Now it's a different day. Now it's time for them to go.
Well, they don't already.
But who can we trust now?
Denver.
Why they only did it once?
Well, they've been they've been one of the most consistent regular playoff teams in the
They
West right now.
they've only did it
I mean,
once.
they got the two conference finals, won, lost one, and the NBA ring, all in the last 3 years. So that was a lot of consistency.
Okay. Sid.
Yo,
We'd like to welcome my man Mr. Sid coming to the stage. Mr. Go Get a Bucket. What's good, bro?
Don't you keep
yeah, yeah, appreciate that, Mill. Mister, go get a bucket. Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you come over here and
the disrespect?
make some sense of this 1 versus 8 matchup? OKC versus the Pelicans. We going through
OKC
all
versus
of
the Pelicans.
yeah, we're going through all the matchups. Just the first one we talked about, OKC versus New Orleans. Who you got? Why? What's good with them?
Man, I got OKC winning it right now. They just about a team right now.
Hmm.
Honestly, they just about a team. And they balling right now. As long as SGA stay healthy, I got them. I got them beating the Pelicans.
Hmm. I don't. He can be healthy, and I can see it coming out the other way because Brandon Ingram gonna
If
cause so Brandon Ingram gonna cause so many matchup problems from 3 through 5 for OKC. Who you gonna put
You
on him
said four
that he?
OKC. You said four
I
OKC.
mean, for I said 3 through 5.
Four OKC.
He gonna get well. He gonna have. He can get any one of
but
them.
they ain't got Zion Williams.
That's all right.
So
Miami
that's the
didn't.
thing.
Miami didn't have Jimmy last night. They replaced Jimmy buckets collectively
But
as a group.
look who they beat though. That's the thing. You got
Yeah, they beat
but
Chicago.
here's the problem.
But
You got a
still,
9 seed versus a 1 seed. Now everything flips because
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not like you see what I'm saying. Pelicans going against like somebody like Chicago.
like
like
come
I
on,
said,
man.
at
Seriously?
the end of the day, the Pelicans got matchup problems that can turn this
What
playoff
I
series
was at. So
around.
you like the Pelicans without Zion?
They were a better team without him throughout the season.
No, I think
Yeah,
Zion,
yeah,
Zion. I
yeah.
think
They were.
Zion being there would give him more of
No,
a chance
Zion,
of winning.
this is the most games Zion played, in his entire career. That's all
I
I'm
mean,
saying. Don't get mad at me.
all you saw
but
was
I'm
a
just
sample
saying.
size.
I'm telling you. And then you have a veteran that's been in the playoffs numerous of times throughout his career.
I don't know the way SGA balling. I don't know,
That's
man.
just one player.
I don't know.
But
No, they ball. They ball as a team though. OKC
that,
ball as a team. They not the number one seed because they just one player. No, they ball as a team.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get Mark in here. Hey Mark, we got the Bossa Guru, Mr. Mark Daniels, joining us on a special 420 edition of Sports
what
Studio
is it?
Sports
Fact,
Page
fact.
Off the Rails, and we talk about the NBA 1 versus 8 in the West. We're gonna go through all of them. I'm so glad you guys chimed in. It's the first one we're talking about. Hey Mark, how you doing, brother? Who you got?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually looking at Cleveland and Orlando right now. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, Cleveland's up by 20.
Whew.
Great day.
Woo, Cleveland up by a dub.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, dang.
Don't mean that.
Now what quarter?
fourth.
Oh, well, then that mean a lot.
Yeah, it do. Yeah, that. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
That
what that
changes
mean
a lot.
then?
Yeah,
Yeah, what
that
that mean
changes
then?
everything. That changes
What
everything.
that mean? How many minutes left? Cleveland up
They just
20
started. It
points.
just started the fourth quarter, 11
Oh,
minutes.
well, then that don't mean nothing because we done seen people walk down 20-point leads in the fourth quarter.
That is true.
That is true. I don't think Orlando can do it, but that is true.
Okay, so Orlando just as young as OKC, so why they can't do it? But
Whoa,
OKC.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Now you
Now,
comparing Orlando to OKC. That's the number one seed.
Hey, look, I
And
guarantee you,
Orlando ain't
put
got
that
nobody
OKC
as good as
that OKC team wouldn't be a number one seed if it went in the if it came over in the East.
who hold on. Who
Yeah.
on Orlando got that's like a SGA on their team?
Orlando don't any have any household names.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying. Orlando.
Great.
You can't name three players on the Orlando roster.
but see, this the
You
problem.
tripping.
This the
I
problem. This the
can.
problem with y'all assessment.
I can't. Cole Anthony.
This is the problem with y'all
Cole
assessment.
Anthony, Pablo, and old boy from Gonzaga.
And I'm gonna
Suggs.
agree with Slow on this because one thing Orlando
And Mo
is
Wagner.
one thing Orlando is that OKC is not is physical. You got
Nah, I don't see that. I think OKC, if anything, they are physical. They gonna ball.
now once you put they too light in the behind.
They do everything that every team in the West do. Run.
Yeah, they too
I
light.
just
They
think the
don't,
only thing they
they
lack
don't
is a
play
big
anything.
man.
You put
I think the only
put
thing
shoulders in their
OKC
chest.
lack is a big man.
You put
What you
shoulders.
mean they lack a big man? They got Chet.
It's not no big man, bro. That is not no big man. That
What
But
man,
you?
that's
for
the
real, he's a
point though.
four.
But that's the point
He's a
though. See it?
four.
They're a bunch of linky dudes that don't have girth.
That's what. But that's the thing. They gonna
That's
run.
why
They
that's
they
why
do.
they can't come to the that's why they can't come to the East.
Why that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. So you don't think OKC will win in the East?
No.
Oh man, but they winning in the
No.
West. They're number one seed in the West, but they can't make it in the. Hold on. First of all, a
No,
number eight
because
seed
they're
in
gonna have
in
to
the
play the
West.
Knicks twice as much.
Last time I checked,
They're gonna have to play these physical
Hold on. So
teams
which
twice
one
as
is the
much.
stronger conference? Are we saying that the East is a stronger conference?
the last time I checked, the
The
West was
East is the most physical conference out of the two.
We don't. That don't matter. Being
All
physical don't
right.
win championships.
No,
It has.
it doesn't matter on a no, it does not matter on a night in, night out basis, but in a 7-game series
It
basis,
definitely does.
it definitely does.
Okay, Miami was a physical team. They're probably more physical than Denver, but we seen what happened in Miami, right?
Miami ran out of gas by the time they got to the
Miami
finals
got
against
hurt.
Denver. Stop doing that because Miami played in 2 7-game series on their way to the finals against Denver. Don't do that.
What
And
that supposed to
you
mean?
watched your Miami Heat make it to the finals off of physicality. You watched it.
Don't do
You
that.
talked about it.
They made that
Don't
a playoff.
don't sit here and disrespect that team like
playoff.
that.
They made
Oh no,
yeah,
I never disrespect Miami, but they
yeah,
just.
Miami straight hustle
I'm just
and
trying to
effort.
tell
That's
y'all
how
the
they made it
West
to
is
the
a
finals last year.
powerhouse, bro. Like the West is a powerhouse. So all that physicality,
It's
the
not
West
one
got it over
team
there.
it's not one team in the West that's physical though.
Yeah, whoa. Denver, I think Denver could go toe to toe with anybody in the East as far as physicality.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would give them,
because
but that's just one
if you
team.
weren't physical, they wouldn't have won anyway. So
I think the Lakers can too. I think the Lakers can go toe to toe with anybody
because,
over there.
yeah,
That's because of the style of play the style of play that
Oh
LA
my God! Now
the
it's the
style of
style
play
of play
LA
that LA
plays
and Denver
is
got
is
now.
groomed to the way LeBron plays.
yeah, LeBron
So what
exposed.
about Denver? What about Denver?
They got weapons all over the place.
Oh
You don't have to account for just one person on Denver team. You gotta account for the whole starting five.
and we talking about a number 8 seed. I think the Lakers will probably be a number 2 seed in the East.
Nah,
That's the number 8 seed in the West. We talking about.
Well, but the Lakers, we just agreed that the Lakers can play physical. We just
So
made that assessment. So I can't say that you're wrong, bro, because that would not be making my point.
So OKC, I just don't. The only thing is that they lack is the Chet Holmgren. He's okay. You see what I'm saying? He's not no 5. We know that.
Huh.
That's the only
Well,
thing out of
might
the
as well
SC that
say-
they lack.
then you might as well say Victor Wembanyama ain't a 5 because they both do the same thing.
No, Victor Wembanyama is 7 foot what 4?
No, 7'2", and Chet Holmgren is the same height as him. They both the same height.
No, I think Wemby taller than him.
Playoffs and Victor Wembanyama is not. So that's one versus 8. What about 2 versus 7?
Minnesota in trouble.
2 versus 7. What's the 2 versus 7?
Minnesota against LA. LA gonna come out that series.
That's a toss up.
No, ain't no
That's a
toss up.
toss up.
That is not a toss up.
What'd you say
That's
about
a
that,
toss.
Bob?
Well, you know what? The seating, I don't know. It just depends on how you look at it. The seating is crazy. I mean, I kind of wish when it came to the Lakers, I'd have rather seen them play OKC, to be honest with you.
They had to send KC home.
And
Why they ain't gonna send Minnesota home?
I'm
well,
not saying that.
We don't know that. I don't know if they
I
gonna
know
send
that,
Minnesota
but
home. I don't
I'm
know.
telling
You're the
y'all.
one that's saying they send
I'm
Minnesota
telling
home.
you about to see the same AD that played in the playoffs healthy last year that again this year, and that's going to be a problem for
I
the
will say this
whole
though.
West.
I
I
feel
will say
like
this
it
though.
depends on what type of cat we get.
No, I'll say this though.
They went to. Hey, look.
I will say this. Hold on, let me say this. If the Lakers bounce to Minnesota Timberwolves, Karl Anthony Towns got to get traded. He's got to go.
It ain't going. No,
He's got to go.
no. It ain't. It ain't. No,
He's got to go.
It ain't going to be on him.
It don't matter. It needs to be on him.
No, it needs to be on the person that they gave up their whole next 5 years of future first round draft picks for.
Oh, and
No.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
He got to go too.
So if they don't beat the Lakers, Rudy Gobert and Cat gotta go.
I ain't gonna say Cat gotta go.
I'm saying Cat. He said Rudy got to go. I
Yeah.
say Cat got to go. Somebody, but we
Hold
agree
on.
somebody got to go though.
Hold on.
So what if Minnesota do beat the Lakers? What if Minnesota do take the Lakers to 7 and beat them?
They just take them to 7 and beat them because they ain't gonna get past the second round.
Oh, so you just got Minnesota going out early.
What has been the history of Minnesota, even with KG?
I don't know.
Think
man.
about the history. They only been outside of the first round once, and that was with Kevin Durant and Troy Hudson.
We can't go off of the history.
Kevin
man,
Garnett and Troy. Yeah, you can.
we can't, because Golden State ain't never won nothing till Steph got there. So we can't really go off of the history. The history.
Well, that's the reason why I say Cat got to go because they never won one.
So where the last 3 years they'd have been in the playoffs, and what did happen?
Denver ain't never won nothing for real. Denver ain't never won nothing. But look at the history. Jokic putting them on the map now.
First round exit. I don't get mad. Minnesota get to the second.
Cat
round,
has
they
been
done.
in Minnesota longer than Jokic been in Denver.
It's the Lakers and Nuggets, y'all.
Oh,
7 versus 2.
oh, so Minnesota still done against Phoenix.
Right.
They definitely done now.
Hold on. So the Lakers are playing who?
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Yes.
Oh, that's going 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's going.
Everything done changed.
That's going 7.
That starts tonight.
That's going 7 games. I give Denver the edge in the 7th game because they'll be playing at home.
Oh, Suns versus Timberwolves. Yeah.
I got
Lakers versus the
they only up by 11 now.
that goes on tonight. I gotta watch that tonight. The Lakers and the Nuggets.
Oh, Cleveland only up by 11.
Okay, so of course, give me Denver. I'm sorry. In a 7-game series.
Hey, look, Roma, we were just talking about 20-point leads being blown, right?
Yeah, and it's down to 9.
Exactly. It's funny how you just talked about it.
No, it's down 11. They down to 11. No, it's 9. Yeah.
Suns. All right, so the Suns and the Timberwolves. All right, which one y'all got first? I'm lost real quick.
I got
see something. If you want to see something miraculous happens, Watch Cleveland blow this game.
It would not. It would not surprise me.
Hey,
If Cleveland blows this game, they just blew the series.
and
Well, think
strange
about
thing, strange thing.
all it takes is one person to get injured and the script flips
You talk
entirely.
about who Orlando
I'm
got.
telling y'all. I'm telling you now.
Pablo.
Well, they got Paulo Bencaro. They got the Wagner brothers.
Yeah, and
Uh,
look, and the strange thing is Pablo did something that a lot of people don't do. He led his team in points, rebounds, and assists.
Yes, he has. But here's the flip side to it. The Cleveland really has kind of been like in the same spin cycle that the Timberwolves have been in.
Yeah, and guess what's gonna happen? They don't get past it. They get ousted. Guess who go? Bye bye Spider.
well,
So
he
we
gone anyway, bro. He gone.
is
Yeah.
he even playing?
Yeah, but you know what? He's out of there. I'll be honest with you. He's going to need to go to New York.
We don't need him.
Where
He'll go to
could
New York.
He can take his talents to South Beach.
oh we also have Sonya's a Heat fan.
Mm-mm.
He can still take him to South Beach.
Nope. You don't want Donovan Mitchell. I'm
I definitely don't want.
I don't know if Damian's going to stay in Milwaukee, so we might take him.
Well, that ain't a good fit either.
Yeah,
You be trade. You'll be letting the
That,
same.
that, that was a horrible fit from the get go.
again, I don't think it was more of a fit more than a coaching issue.
No, it was just the deal fell through with New York.
No, it fell through Miami.
No, he was ready to sign with New York before he signed with Cleveland when he was a free agent. The deal just fell through.
We talking about Spider? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I don't see him going. But anyway, enough about guys is about to be out the playoffs. So you guys got who's the four in the four versus five in the West?
That's Dallas and the Clippers.
I got Dallas.
I got the Mavs too.
I don't care who's suiting up for the Clippers. I don't care who's dialing in for the Clippers. I don't care who they got going. I do not trust the Clippers in the playoffs. I just don't trust them. I don't. I don't. They've given me no reason to trust them. Every time I had some faith, want to put some investment in them, what they do? They fall flat on their face and still remind everyone they're the little brother to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers just need to get out of LA. They will not win a championship as long as they're in LA. They gotta go. Anybody disagrees?
Well, they're about to have a new Coliseum of their own in a couple years, so maybe, just maybe. Who know? I doubt it though, but you know.
Mm-mm. Well, the Cleveland Browns didn't win a Super Bowl until they went to Baltimore.
Well, the
Go
Cleveland
figure.
Cavaliers won the NBA title when LeBron came back because of Kyrie shot.
Yes. Give. And honestly, who would have thought that the way this would have worked out the way it is? Honestly, I'm gonna give a shout out to Freddie Coleman on ESPN because I agree with him when he said this. Luka Doncic deserves to be the MVP because if you think about it, we have not said a bad word about Kyrie Irving all season long. He has been balling. He has been playing games. He has not been a distraction with any other stuff we've heard about in the past few years. He has been a great teammate. He's got his team in a good position. And when we're arguing, is the tougher conference out of the two conferences. And we all thought before the season started, this was not going to work out.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely had my feelings on that one too.
Uh-oh.
So
Problems in the
Luka
Ooh.
Doncic has done one thing that James Harden, that Kevin Durant couldn't do, that LeBron James couldn't do, that James Harden couldn't do, that the Boston Celtics couldn't do, and that was unlock Kyrie Irving.
And and it's and you know why it was so easy for them to unlock them?
What was that, sir?
Because they both unselfish with the ball for it. They don't really they don't have they don't have to need they don't have the need to have the ball in their hands at all times.
Yeah, they just want to beat their defenders.
I mean, when you when you dealing with somebody else and you a superstar like the three players in Phoenix, all them are ball dominant players.
Yes, they are.
So it's not enough to go around in Phoenix. But with them, they gonna get theirs, but they thinking about opening the game up for their teammates. Like you said, they know at any given time they can turn it on. But we a different team if we get everybody else started before we turn it on.
So,
And then if you look at it, Kyrie played it too on offense because Luka kept breaking the ball up most of the time.
and that's net, and have to be the off ball. Have Kyrie as an off ball defender is nasty work.
Hmm.
You're trusting a two guard to guard somebody who normally would not be handling the ball, and Kyrie is going to take you to the rack. He's going to dance on you. He's going to find an open person behind you that you don't even know about, and it's just going to end up bad. Like I said, Kyrie is the best finisher at the rim, but his handles. Oh my God! I shared a post
Ooh, that
on
was
the
a good
fan.
shot.
I shared a post on the fan page last week, earlier this past week about Kyrie was on Team USA, and when I say he took everybody's ankles on that, I mean did some, I mean just took everybody's ankles so wickedly. And this Team USA, the best defenders in the NBA, the best in the NBA. Say what you want about him, but he has to be like one of the hardest people to
Ooh,
guard.
so that means if hold on, if Dallas move on, that means they might meet the winner of the Denver LA series.
No, it's OKC in New Orleans.
Oh well, then
But
okay.
it could be interesting because Dallas might mess around and they might, should this play out, they might sneak into the conference finals again.
But you know something, fellas, that's my sleeper team right there. Is
Who
Dallas.
Dallas?
Yep.
I agree, Mark.
Well, they only a year or two removed from being in the Western Conference Finals
That is true.
without Kyrie on the team.
It seems like Kyrie has understood what his role is going to be. Uh,
But you know who else got to show up for Dallas?
well, Tim Hardaway Jr. got to show
Yep,
up.
that's exactly what I was about to say. He got to find his shot.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
He the X factor.
So he's the X factor. And
He's Dallas X factor.
I can,
Because if he's going, they're a whole different team. Because now the floor opened up for Luka and Kyrie to do playground type.
and when they do playground type things,
It can get really dangerous real quick. Seriously. Oh, I've seen a lot of games with them this year too.
Come on, they got the most viewed NBA well, they got the number one viewed NBA play of the season. When I forgot who they was playing, Luca got the steal, threw it over his back, threw it over his shoulder to somebody, and then they threw it, and Kyrie threw somebody to oop or something. Most viewed most viewed player in NBA this year.
Okay, so now we took care of we pretty much took care of the West. So we got to transition to the East now. So in the East, let's talk about this game that we got going on right now. The Orlando Magic versus Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland is up by
14.
4 to 88-74. It's 4:44 left in the fourth.
Oh, Jay-Z birthday. Yeah, the
Yeah,
444 album. Album.
so as we watching the highlights of this game, and Donovan Mitchell is having looks like he is having a very very good game.
He does that. And once he has at least 2, 3 good playoff games, but the team doesn't win the series.
Well, I guess somebody in this camp is watching the show because we be sitting there clowning him, and all of a sudden, the first good game, he's trying to shut us up today. So
He ain't shut me up because I done seen him have great games when he was in Utah in the playoffs and still don't show up.
so
He's not consistent in the playoffs.
and that's the problem.
You know what? You could be a great player during the regular season.
Yeah.
That's all good. But see, Donovan Mitchell, when it comes time for the playoffs,
He don't show up.
I'm trying to figure out where this cat is at.
I gotta agree with that one because the only time I saw him actually show up in the playoffs is when he was in the bubble, and that was that one series against the Denver Nuggets before Jamal Murray got hurt. Him and Jamal Murray went at it.
Oh, that was that one in the bubble.
Yeah, the one about I have not seen I have not seen Donovan Mitchell show up in the playoffs ever since.
Crazy stat. He's never been outside of the first round. He's never seen the second round of the playoffs, neither. And remember, one of those years, even if it was the bubble year, Utah was the number 1 seed.
Well, I want to tell you something. It's a couple of things I'm looking at right now. You know, this game here the game one for the Lakers tonight is going to determine to me how this whole series is going. Again, I'd have rather seen the Lakers play OKC because I believe they could beat OKC. They can't beat Denver, but I could be wrong. I want to see this.
I got it going 6 or 7 between them.
I know this sounds crazy when I say this, but LeBron's legacy as a Laker hinges on this series here. Because that Disneyland title they got, it really don't mean nothing.
No, it don't.
Nah.
It looks good in the rafters, but everybody knows what was happening.
Yeah. That's a cardboard championship.
I feel like a championship is a championship.
Nah,
a ring is a ring.
Nah. That joint like a half a season championship, like when San Antonio won the joint with Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Oh, you talking about that 50-game season?
Yeah. Or the 50-game season with Wade and LeBron when they won against OKC.
It was still a ring.
It don't count. It don't mean as much as a whole season.
It's just a record book. Champions.
Very true.
Asterisk be damn. I'm still getting the same bonuses, same amount of money, same amount of respect, same amount of act. Well, obviously, I'm not getting the same amount of respect.
Nah, I mean you're not grinding the entire time. You know what I'm saying? It's only like a snippet here or whatever. So
If things happen, it ain't our fault.
no, it ain't.
Champion. So we had to agree to disagree on that one. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but it's still a win is a win. A championship is a championship. So That's 4 versus 5. Let's talk about the 3 versus the 6 seed. The Pacers versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Who you guys got in that?
Give me the Pacers.
I got Indy on this one.
I got Indiana.
Go with Milwaukee. I believe in Dame.
I got Indiana.
Oh, you got it. Everybody got Indiana. Say who you got.
I got Milwaukee.
Say a little quiet. I got Milwaukee.
I got Milwaukee because Dame time might show up.
Dame, I got Milwaukee because Dame time will show up. He's here for one reason and one reason only. He's not here for the regular season. He was here for this time right here.
Well, what has he done in this time right here? Because he has smelt it a lot, but he hasn't done a lot with it.
He is. He is,
he,
he is
he's only had 2 game winners in his whole career.
He's another first round veteran, playoff person.
he's making.
He didn't got outside the first round once.
He's averaged like 20, 30 point, 20 some odd points a game. It's not like he ain't been balling.
I'm not talking about points. I'm just saying, hey, he only been outside the first round once.
Yo,
Yeah.
There you go.
Who you got? Indiana versus Milwaukee.
I got the Bucks.
Wow.
I got Milwaukee in this. I'm sorry, I got Indiana.
Okay, so we got two.
Well, because we know if Indiana does win, you know who's gone. Bye, Doc. Back to the booth you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but not.
Doc could get a pass this year. They're going to say he walked into him. They got to make up an excuse to keep him another year.
He didn't walk into a mess because they were the second best team in the East when they fired old boy.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have ever fired him.
Right.
That's the thing. And he's been a disaster ever since. And the resume speaks for itself.
You see why Giannis ain't playing? They can't put no trust in they definitely can't put no trust in their brother.
No. Yeah.
He can't even make a
if I was
dunk.
them,
He can't make a dunk by himself.
and if I was them, if I'm being honest, I'm done for the rest of the season. I'm not
He
even.
is sitting there. He done for the year.
Oh,
Well, let me tell you something. I want y'all to remember this. I want you to seriously remember this.
Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Go ahead, Mike. What you got?
The injury Giannis got, to me, it's very much like the same one Kevin Durant got when he was with Golden State. Came back in that series against Toronto, didn't play 10 minutes, and the rest of it was history. And you messing when they saying that lower strain, his Achilles is in trouble. Giannis comes back. I hate to say this. I can guarantee you he's going down.
I can guarantee it too. That's why I say I would not.
Yeah, I totally agree.
They ruled him out for this series. They didn't rule him out for the rest of the season yet. But I would rule him out for the rest of the
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, Giannis went down.
Yeah, Giannis been done.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I might have to switch that pickup. I might have to.
Now I'm gonna
I
say
ain't know
this.
that.
I'm gonna say
Giannis
this.
was still playing.
Now, if you get 18 to 20 a night from Chris Middleton in this first round, Milwaukee gonna beat Indiana easily in a 5-game series. Indiana gonna get one.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a sweep.
It's gonna either go 4, it's either gonna go 5 or 6 games. But Milwaukee gonna win it either 4-1 or 4-2.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing with Indiana. They're the high scoring team in the league.
But you also got to realize that the Pacers have beaten Milwaukee 4 out of 5 times too.
Hold on.
But it's hard to face a team for a 7-game series and beat them 4 games.
And you're horrible defensively. Yeah, they score a lot of points, but they give up a lot of buckets. That's good, like I told you before, on a night in, night out basis. But when you got locked into one team for 4 games, and you can't play defense, that changes a whole lot. And
Giannis ain't
Milwaukee,
playing either
and
though.
Milwaukee,
But Giannis ain't walking through that door either.
okay,
Giannis
That's
ain't coming through
back.
there. Yeah, Giannis ain't. That's
they
another
still
Giannis
thing
got
ain't
too.
coming back.
they still got bodies they can throw at them down low. They can still out rebound Indiana in a 7 game series.
So who we got there? We got Milwaukee relying on a Dame and maybe Bobby Portis
No.
You
and
dag
Chris
on right.
Middleton.
You
Hey,
daggone
Chris
right.
Middleton,
Chris
hey,
Middleton.
he can
I
show
ain't,
up.
I ain't got no stock in Middleton. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I ain't really Middleton ain't really that. He's
I
not
got
He
all.
that.
I
ain't
got.
that cat
He's
either.
not proven yet. He's not proven yet.
Hey,
He's iffy. Middleton is too iffy for me.
How many rings does he got to get though for you to prove yourself?
But you call him Mr. Go Getter. Who?
Who proven?
Yeah. How many rings? How many rings does he got to get?
Chris Middleton ain't that type of consistent player that like I
How many?
mean he not
How
oh
many
man.
rings does
I
he got
mean,
to get?
he's a good supporting cast, but that's
He
about
more
it.
consistent than you. Yeah,
Ah, Lord have mercy. I'm not even going
yeah.
I'm not gonna entertain that right now.
Yeah. See, but y'all gotta understand something. What the Milwaukee Bucks is not doing is when they're gonna force themselves to do
Just play
is
defense.
run the offense through Brook Lopez.
Uh
Let him eat first
huh.
because they don't have a body. They don't have a body to throw him down bottom.
And he can easily give you a double double every night in
Now,
that series.
night in, night out, when you ain't gotta play them all the time, okay. But again, you gotta do this 4 times in 7 games. It's totally different. Your body's gonna be a little bit more sore.
I
Cause
got them going 7 games. If Milwaukee win, they got to go 7 with Indiana.
They
Without Giannis,
they ain't going seven with they
I
is not going
understand. I understand y'all got some. I don't know which y'all why y'all believe in Middleton so much. Dame might
I
be
didn't
their
say
only
nothing.
chance.
It's not
Dame is their only hope right now.
no,
no.
no.
Like I just said, Lopez. If they have to run the offense through Brook Lopez. Once that once they do that, now you bring those guys in. Now you can't defend the three like you should.
I forgot they got Joe.
Now Dame is unlocked.
I forgot they got Joe Ingles too.
Yeah, they got 3-point shooters. They got shooters. But that's how you unlock this team. And that's what's going to end up happening. They're going to have to play totally different. But like
Running
I
through
said,
Brook Lopez.
they've done it before, and Brook Lopez has dropped 40 in the playoffs when Giannis was hurt in the playoffs. He had to miss a game. Brook Lopez thought they ran an offense to him, dropped 40 on him. This was during their championship run, by the way. If y'all had
Oh,
missed it
okay.
a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
I was ready to say yeah, because Giannis was on a whole nother. He was a whole different type of animal that year.
Most interesting series in the East is the 2-7 by Knicks against the 76ers.
I think that's the most interesting one too, because
I got the
And
Knicks.
B back. And B back. I don't know, man.
Embiid is not healthy.
I don't know.
Embiid is not healthy. That knee is not gonna hold up in this series.
Man, that I don't know, man.
I
ah,
got the Knicks.
see, if it wasn't for the fact that he's hurt, I would say Miami and Boston.
Yeah,
I think they need Jimmy Butler though.
yeah,
They
man.
have to have any shot.
yeah,
And
they do need Jimmy. They need Jimmy.
I
I
hate to
understand.
say I hate to
Now
say this.
see, with New York without Julius Randle can get it done.
Yeah, I think that's a big. I think down the line, I think they're gonna need a Julius.
No, they not.
Well, they will to a point because on one of them nights when Jalen Brunson ain't hitting, then who's going to be scoring for him?
I mean, well, you got to look at it. It ain't much, but Josh Hart and DiVincenzo have showed up with Jalen Hazard and Obi and OG or whatever his name is. The one thing that I think was the best, what I like the Knicks, and I'm sorry to say, the Julius Randle injury was the best thing that happened for him this season.
Mm.
I don't know. I think y'all gonna need him
Boy,
down the line.
Look,
that's a bold
listen
take.
to why. Listen to why I make this statement.
I think y'all gonna need him if y'all
No,
gotta face like a
no.
Boston.
If
If
look,
y'all gotta face Boston, y'all gonna need him.
no, we not, because the one thing that Julius Randle does in the playoffs is forces his shot. He doesn't let the game come to him when he's not on. You don't have nobody forcing anything right now or trying to make a play like he does every year when he having an off game. You done seen it in the regular season. You done seen it in the postseason. When he's not on, he forces the game and he makes the game bad for the Knicks. He makes the offense stagnant because he's forcing shots, trying to find his shot. You don't have that right now. Right now,
You know, I tell you what, the most interesting one to me, the game to get ready to come up, Timberwolves and the Suns. I don't know if Carl Anthony Towns is playing or not.
yeah, he playing. He's suited. He just took off his warm up jacket. Anthony Edwards and Cat ain't gonna be enough for Phoenix.
Yeah, but you know what? If Devin Booker's game is on, if KD's on, the wild card is Bradley Beal. If they on, and I tell you, the other person, low key, has had a phenomenal season is Grayson
Bobo,
Allen.
Bobo.
I like Grayson Allen. This
Oh,
dude's had and he's had a
Grayson
phenomenal
Allen,
season.
Grayson Allen, the number one 3-pointer in the league. He got the highest percentage, and he got the number one percentage in the league shooting a 3-pointer this year.
Yeah, I'd rather seen the Lakers playing OKC.
So let me see what other matchup in the East. They're 4-5.
And I don't
Oh,
know if
just watch the 4-5.
I don't know if y'all pay attention to the commentary, but the one person I like to hear call a game is Hubie Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This dude educates me every game he calls. He's the best in the game to me.
that was like Pat Summerall and John Madden when they used to call the football games. Too, he would be like that. Hmm.
Mm.
So Mark, let's go ahead. Let's talk about this boxing card for the night.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Uh,
You don't sound too excited for it.
well, you know what? It depends. You know, Devin Haney.
I see Ryan Garcia on $1.5 million and not losing them 3 pounds.
Did y'all already say who y'all have for this game that's on there since we made a loss?
Uh,
Yeah. Who do y'all have for Phoenix versus Minnesota?
I got Phoenix winning this series.
Ugh.
Oh boy, I don't know about
I
that one.
don't know, man.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I believe what I
I
believe.
got, I got,
It's
I
too
got.
much. It's too much firepower on Phoenix and on the ball offensively,
I'm
Yeah,
which means a lot of fouls.
Mm.
I think Phoenix. I think Phoenix can beat Minnesota.
They gonna beat Minnesota.
I don't know about that, bro.
They
Okay,
yeah,
wait a minute. Hold on. What is Minnesota's record for the year?
they the number 2 seed.
All right, and where's
Well,
Phoenix?
no, they the
number
number 3
three.
seed. They the number 3 seed.
Number
And Minnesota's number 6, right? I mean, Phoenix number 6.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, and they're number 6 for a reason.
That don't mean nothing.
You know, yes, it does mean
It
a whole
does-
lot.
It
They've
don't
been
mean nothing when you
inconsistent.
playing. It don't mean nothing when you're playing a 7-game series against the same team.
It means a lot.
Yeah, it
It's
don't.
like I
I
said,
mean, when it comes to the
Well,
playoffs,
if you want to say that, then
you can
experience
throw the
mean a
seed
lot
out the
too.
window.
When it comes,
Experience mean a
the
lot
on,
too. And guess what Phoenix got on their side? Playoff experience.
oh yeah, they got playoff experience, all right.
Yeah,
But what
Minnesota though.
Guess what? They've been showing up all year.
Regular
It's a
season
whole
don't
different-
matter.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a new season now.
No, women, you can't say regular seasons don't matter.
It don't.
That's
It's
how
a
you
new
get to
season
where
now.
you at.
It's a new season now. Everybody's ranking 0-0 right now.
Yeah. But also, history plays a part in that, bro.
And history says Minnesota doesn't get out the first round.
And, and guess what? Year over year, there's always been a changing of the guard, hasn't it?
Well, it ain't gonna be
You
this
can't
year.
go by history all the time.
You just sat here and said history speaks for itself. You just said it out your mouth.
I sure did. And history.
Now you
when
contradicting
I'm
what you
talking about
said.
history, I'm talking about the regular season, brother.
Regular season has shown for Minnesota, regardless how good their record is, and they make the playoffs, they don't get outside of the first round.
No.
They haven't made it outside of the first round since Kevin Garnett and Troy Hudson.
If it didn't mean anything, why not let everybody play in the playoffs?
They do. That's why they
No,
have to play.
everybody doesn't. Half the teams don't make it.
There's only 16 teams.
I think what Romar is basically saying, when to a point, I have to agree with him on this. Hey, I remember one season, William, you should know this, the Lakers won like 63 games.
Yep.
Got knocked out by Phoenix in the first round. Ain't nobody thought about them 65 wins. All they know is you got knocked out in the first round.
Yep.
And it's like, you can win all the games you want. You can't win in the playoffs. What do those wins mean?
I understand that. But look here. How many times does it happen the other way, though? It happens more times when the teams with the best record ends up winning.
Not always. I seen the Houston Rockets came in as basically a wild card. Won the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miami has came into the playoffs the last 3 to 4 seasons as an 8th seed, and then went to 3 Eastern Conference championships and 2 NBA finals, not being one of the best teams in the East.
And it does happen. But you can't count Minnesota out.
Yes, I can, because Minnesota playoff history speaks for itself.
Cool.
I'm not counting them out. I won't count them out. What I will say is this: it wouldn't surprise me if they get beat.
Right.
Right.
And somebody on the street got some background noise going on. Who is that? Somebody got some. Okay.
But they haven't made it to haven't made it to the second round of the playoffs since Kevin Garnett and Troy Hudson played together.
I
Kevin
understand
Garnett's
exactly what you said.
MVP season.
Oh, okay. But guess what?
The history of the Minnesota Timberwolves in the playoffs, they don't go past the first round.
That's not necessarily always the case right here, Romar.
Well, this is the case.
Well, it ain't the case this time.
Okay, hold on.
Look at
I got to say,
look at Nostradamus.
Do I smell a wager on this since you believe that much?
Yeah, I bet you $1.
Okay. I want my dollar at the end of the season. You can give it to me 20 nickels, 10 dimes, 4 quarters.
No, you get
I'm not accepting 100 pennies.
No, you get a whole $1 if you win. And I want my.
I know I'm going this.
Hold on.
Who is that in the background now?
Kevin.
That's me.
All right. Yeah, speak up.
Let's check it out. The last time the Timberwolves made out of the playoffs in the first round was back in 2003-2004 season.
All right.
And KG was there.
And look at it. I'm not talking as a Minnesota fan. I'm not a Minnesota fan.
That was 20 years ago.
But you have to look at it like this.
20 years ago.
Phoenix has been inconsistent.
But they can be inconsistent. Playing the way that they played during the regular season.
I put it to you like this, Romar. I'll say this much. Season, if Phoenix gets knocked out in this first round, you got to already talk about breaking this team up because number one, KD ain't getting no younger. Bradley Beal, to me, that was a horrible trade, regardless of what anybody thinks. And
Bradley Beal just went there because he was just trying to get out of
Washington. And then you know what? The Nurkic has been pretty decent. But to get rid of DeAndre Ayton the way they did,
which was stupid. It was stupid.
Not really.
Well, they had to a point because he kind of put plans. But now I'm starting to wonder. He had a pretty good season up in Portland. Was he the victim of Monty Williams?
Oh no!
Yeah,
Well,
I will say that because Monty Williams did not like him.
okay, but Monty got cut before Aiden got shipped to Portland.
No, that happened at the same time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I feel that Phoenix gonna win this series because Nurkic gonna kill Rudy Gobert.
I'm not going to say
KD,
that. I'm not
KD,
going to say that. I'm not
KD
going to say
can
that.
get to the lane. KD can get to the lane and attack the bucket anytime he wants. Bradley Beal can too. Devin, the only problem I think with Phoenix, they got Devin Booker playing out of position, playing the point.
So Carl Anthony Towns is not a factor at all.
Yeah, he's definitely a factor.
Cat
He
is a
balling.
bigger version of Julius Randle to me.
Nah.
Yeah, he show up when he show up. He inconsistent.
Yeah.
He's inconsistent and he don't show. He ain't showed up too much in the playoffs when it mattered neither.
Yeah,
Come on, man. I'm
I
looking at it.
gotta say that because I've always called Cat one of the biggest underachievers in NBA history.
Great regular season, but doesn't do that. He just like Donovan Mitchell, where he disappears.
Him and Chris Webber have some of the most greatest basketball skills for big men I've ever seen in my life. And for both of them to not have,
But Chris Webber never disappeared in the playoffs.
yes, he has.
He just ran
Oh,
away.
yes, he has.
Oh, well, in the Sacramento game when they should have beat LA.
I want to say, don't do that.
He ain't did it much, but Cat is one of them. He's
Post lost
consistent.
ladder.
He's consistent with not showing up when it matters. Everybody don't have that dog.
They don't. You're right.
The one person that go if Minnesota win, it's gonna be off of Anthony Edwards' back.
Yeah, but here's the problem. He has not ever been on this stage.
Yeah, that's
First
the
time
only thing.
Yeah, because like when the light shines the brightest, who knows if he does go? I mean, this is a test right here for him.
But hold on, who team is it though?
I think it's Ant team.
Oh, it's his. It's
Well,
his.
like I say, I mean, if you want to call it Anthony Edwards' team,
It's Anthony team, but
show me.
it's Anthony Edwards' team. But the first if they get out the first round, it's really gonna be on Carl Anthony's shoulders if they get out the first round for real.
Well, I
Yeah,
tell
he
you
got to
what,
show up. He got to show
tell
up
you
because
what,
it ain't.
if he's on, they're gonna win it.
Yeah. If he got to be on.
And if he don't,
I do not
If
believe
he's
that.
on, they're on it.
They only got 2 scores.
if
You
he
got
don't, what's going to
3.
happen? If he don't, what's going to happen?
They now don't
No,
have
they
a
don't.
standing
They're
chance.
gonna lose.
Then
They
what
don't have a
are you
chance.
going to say about Carl Anthony Towns then?
He don't show up for a big man.
That's why he's got to go.
Oh, go where?
He go,
If Minnesota loses this series, Cat got to go.
Do you think they'll get rid of Cat?
yeah.
I do.
They can't win with him.
And they definitely ain't
They
gonna win without him.
tried
Right now.
they've brought people in. I mean, year after year, they tried almost everything. It's not working for them.
No,
Well, you know,
I say this. I would not put it all on Ant. I would put it on Rudy Gobert because you gave up 5 first-round picks for this guy.
Well, that's why you fired the general
That
manager.
was completely stupid.
So that's whose shoulders it falls on.
Hey, think about this. What you just said, Robot. You gave up 5 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert.
The man that shut the world down.
Well, you know what?
That was the dumbest move ever.
You get rid of the general manager for making a move that dumb.
You're right, Mark. Hey, that was so.
I'm not going to argue that.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue that.
I tell you what. Let's break it down. What a Rudy
Oh, look at
Gobert.
this. Look at this. Oh, KD, you.
Well, hold on. What are Rudy Gobert's stats?
Terrible.
No, okay. How many rebounds he gonna give you?
Hold on, put it like this.
No.
No. In the last 2 seasons, Rudy Gobert has 250 blocks. In Victor Wembanyama's first season in NBA, He has almost 300 blocks.
Oh, that's where I'm going with this. Okay,
Rudy Gobert is not that defensive player that
I'm
everybody
not
say he
defending.
is.
Look, did I say I like Rudy Gobert? Absolutely not. What I'm saying, what is he going to give you consistently?
Now, Roma, that ain't fair.
Yes,
Hold
it
on,
is.
because Victor Wembanyama's on stats, they're an anomaly. His stats are unheard of. Everybody who's
Hold
a
on.
good defender.
Hold on. No. I ain't trying to hear that because he's a 4-time defensive player of the year. And you telling me if you're a 4-time defensive player of the year and over 2 years, you can only mess up 250 blocks?
Hey, it is what it is. But
Was that 125? Is that 125 a year?
That's terrible.
No, I'm just asking the question.
it's not bad. It's just terrible compared to Victor Wembanyama.
Well, you can,
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he's an anomaly by himself, though. You got to think about that.
Oh, look at you, Nurkic, killing.
Now, okay, now I got to ask the question.
Gobert is a solid defender as
For
a
real,
coach,
you just seen
but
this
he's
man
not
get
no
bullied.
scorer.
Did you just see him get bullied?
Yeah.
He's not no scorer.
He wasn't worth that trade that they did.
He was
Let's
not.
just say that.
You know, I can't get over this. I didn't even know this. That 5 first round draft. I can't believe that.
He's not a bad player. He just wasn't worth it.
He's not a star either.
If he ain't a bad player, then what?
Said,
If he ain't a bad player, then what is he? If he ain't a bad player, because he
should be coming off the bench.
Can I say?
No, I wouldn't say that.
So you calling him mediocre? Or average?
Yeah, because is anybody on this panel right now can call him a star? Is anybody gonna call Rudy Gobert a star?
If you say he ain't a bad
star, he's not a bad player though.
He damn sure ain't a good one.
Okay, I got a question. Answer my question. Anybody gonna say that Rudy Gobert is a star?
No.
Solid role player. He's a solid
role player, and you give a 5 first round break. Let that resonate.
Look. I never agree with that one. I don't agree with that. You shouldn't give.
Nobody agreed with that.
I'm not agreeing with the trade, but is he a bad player? I can't agree with that one. I can't say he's a bad player.
The only person that agreed to that trade is the one that made it.
That's the only one.
That's the only one.
That's it. Can I say Rudy Gobert is trash? No, I can't say that.
You can't say he above trash.
I can't. He's better than a lot of centers in the league.
What? Which one? Which one?
Name him. You name him.
He ain't really better than Nurkic. You just seen Nurkic just big boy him with a one-handed.
Is he better than Clint Capella?
Not really.
Nope.
No, not really.
Nope, not at all.
What about Andre?
I will say this about Rudy Gobert. He's a hell of a defender. He's not a defensive player.
He's not a scorer.
He's not a scorer, but he's a hell of a defender.
That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, is he better than Clint Capella?
No.
Overall, he ain't as athletic. But if I had to have one of the two, and I like Clint Capella a lot, the reason why I would take Clint Capella over Rudy Gobert is because sometimes Rudy Gobert makes some stupid decisions.
Not only that.
But overall, I would rather have Rudy Gobert.
No. Overall, Mark, that's your choice. Overall, I'll take Clint because Clint can give you a 12 and 20.
What about Miles Turner?
20 points.
What about Miles Turner?
Miles Turner ain't a real center. That man like 6'9".
He a real center because Bam a real center.
If he's playing center, he's a center.
He's just undersized. But I don't think Miles Turner undersized though.
6'9". Yeah. But you know, as a matter of fact, somebody clear this for me. Because for years it was going around and said Moses Malone was only 6'9". That man was taller than 6'9". It had to be, right?
Oh no.
They said Bill Russell was 6'9".
I mean, Barkley was 6'6".
Oh, I had no dispute there. But tell me, Bill Russell, Mark, they said he was 6'9". Going against Wilt at 7'1". Hey, Mark, what's the truth behind that?
He's 6'9", 6'10". But here's the thing. Bill Russell was a hell of a runner, and
He
he could
was.
run the floor. And he
That's
was,
right.
and he made. And see, this is the thing. Sometimes people don't realize when you're a big man, like say Wilt. People tend to forget how phenomenal of an athlete Wilt was. But when you got the players around you that Bill Russell had,
Yeah.
and he was an all-around great athlete himself. He started the fast break. The fast break started behind those Boston teams he had.
Mm-hmm.
This dude was a hell of an athlete,
He
and
was.
he made you work. You did not get to take a play off with him. He went straight at you, and you were going to earn every point, every rebound, whatever it was. You were going to work for it.
That's right. And most people don't know this too, Mark. He was more of a scorer his first years in the league than he was latter. Okay, and you're right. He used to run the floor like a gazelle. That's a fact. I've seen some old clips of him. Outstanding athlete. But again, the GOAT, Bill Russell.
I put it to you like this. If you watch this game, nobody would ever sit to think this, but I'm telling you, if you ever watch, you say, yeah, I guess. He was a larger version of Dennis Rodman that could score if he needed to.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark, you remember,
and defense.
But hold on, Mark. You remember though, when Dennis came into the league, he averaged 16 coming off the bench for Detroit. Dennis Rodman was a great scorer when he was
Well, you just basically spoken to what William was saying when he came to Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Bill Russell was a great scorer when he came in the league.
And see, Sidney don't believe that Dennis Rodman could score the way he could score.
At one point in time, but not.
But you wouldn't know what Dennis Rodman
What
came
you
to the point.
talking about not at that level? He was sixth man in the year, averaging 18 and 10. See,
There was the thing with Dennis Rodman.
We still don't put him in one of the greatest scorers ever.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
That's not the point.
That's not going to happen.
I'm not saying Bill Russell one of the greatest scorers ever, but he's the greatest winner.
And look at the team he played on, though. Like he just said, he played with everybody on his team was Hall of Famers.
Look, WB and Mock probably the only two that was close enough to being around. With WB for sure probably was the only one looking at Bill Russell.
We can't compare. We ain't comparing.
Hold on. Hey, I ain't in that age group. I just saw film.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. See, I won't even coming at you like that, but like you.
No, I'm just playing. But I mean,
on this right now, they can honestly say that you seen a Bill Russell Bob Cousy basketball game.
I sure did.
But I put it to you like this.
You actually seen Red Ironball.
I mean, if you think about it, fellas, Bill Russell played on a team where out of 15 guys on the squad, 12 of them are in the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
And don't forget about one of the greatest six men of the year, and that was John Havlicek.
You know, my mom went to school with him. That dude, I'll put it to you like this.
That's what I'm saying.
This dude was a 12-time All-Star. 12-time All-Star.
Go ahead, Mark.
You compare Dennis Rodman?
When it comes to Bill Russell, their games was very similar. Dennis Rodman was a phenomenal defender.
Right.
You look at how he ran the floor.
Like a gazelle.
And he was strong as hell. Yeah, I seen him and Karl Malone get tangled up on the floor, and he lifted him up and threw him like 2 or 3 different times going down the floor in one sequence. I mean, literally threw him.
Hey, they say T-Mac said after a game they was playing. No, it was Kevin Garnett. Say after they played a game against the Bulls, he walking out the stadium, and I guess he walking past like their workout room. Dennis Rodman is in there on the treadmill with jeans and motorcycle boots on, running on the treadmill.
That is crazy.
He said from what Dennis Rodman told him from what he was doing, that's how you get through your back-to-backs. Because your body is almost in game shape for the next game on a back-to-back.
If you're a player, you did not want Dennis Rodman guarding you. No, you didn't want him guarding you.
Because he did more of this.
Oh, he was very smart.
He was the best in the game at knowing how to get into your head.
Tell me about it, brother. Tell me about it.
I mean, I saw him when they played Seattle for the title in '97. He got Frank Rakowski thrown out the game like within a minute, and all he did was just look at him.
That's right. Oh, I got another question. Now, we don't talk about Dennis Rodman's assist, and I don't have any stats on that at all. But he, next to Wes Unseld, he was getting that outlet pass out. He get the rebound, and that ball was down in his court.
I'll tell you what, probably one of the best that's ever done it. I mean,
it's a shame there's not a stat for that.
Wow.
It's not a stat for an outlet pass, but people, because that's underrated as far as importance.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because you start the fast break, you start the transition off from defense to offense. Everything is turned around, and the quicker you get down and get set and get the open shot, the better. So,
see, you got to remember when Magic and them played. See, Kurt Rambis was great with getting the rebound and starting the outlet. Kareem was great with it too because they usually they used to have to wait for him to get down the floor.
Yeah.
So it was like
Kareem just never did. He just got that outlet out there.
Yeah,
that was it.
Rebound, get the outlet. Hey, he did his job.
I mean,
everybody else was running.
When you got Magic and the young James Worthy, Cap.
Oh man, I mean,
save your energy. Stay back.
I put it to you like this.
Right.
Growing up in Ohio,
stretch. I the game man for you down the stretch, Cap.
Right, Mark.
No, growing up in Ohio, I was such a Laker fan as a kid. My dad had a two-way radio to where I did not miss a game. Of course, we didn't have satellite and stuff back then. If it went on TNT that night or USA or whatever it was, or you had to wait for tape delay from CBS, I listened to every Laker game every night they played. And even moving to California, the norm for a lot of people back then was if they had the game on KCAL Channel 9, then you had Chick Hearn. But if you didn't get to listen to Chick Hearn and it was on TNT, you turn the game on, you turn the TV down, and you turn on the radio to listen to Chick Hearn call that game. Oh man, it was phenomenal back then.
But just think about how that '80s Laker team was basically built.
Yeah, on a lot of dumb trades the teams made.
Yeah, but you get Kareem from the Bucks after he came off of winning the ship.
Right.
You get Kareem.
That's right. He did win one with the Bucks, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get one with him, then you get lucky. Jerry Buck's first year as owner of the team, you get lucky and beat out two other teams on a coin flip for the number one pick.
Well, it didn't really matter on that flip because what people don't realize is that
Bird still would have won.
Boston was intent on taking Bird. They didn't care what it was.
Yeah, but you get Magic.
Oh, that was perfect.
Then 2 years later, you get the number 3 pick and you get Big James Jackson.
No, he's actually the number 1.
Oh, they got him.
But let's go back for a second.
Well, look at that.
Let's go back for 1 second. You got Magic. Think about this. Got Magic on the West. You got Bird on the East. And reportedly, they hated each other in the very beginning because I think they didn't meet up in.
No, they did.
They ended up being friends. But in the very beginning, though, they're in college. Didn't they meet a
They met for the national championship.
That's right.
They never met. That was their first time.
But I'm gonna tell you something. That was the shot in the arm that the NBA needed because the NBA was struggling.
They needed 2 stars, and they were the best. They were the biggest.
That's my point exactly.
Well, let's just put it to where the truth comes to it. Magic and Bird comes 79. I remember my friend Nate Banks and I sat down in his kitchen and we watching the game on NBC, kept the scorebook, everything of that game.
Man,
I tell you something right now. That was the first time where I watched the game and I realized this is black against white.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no other way around it because
they made it about though.
But it was also the first time I'd ever seen 2 dudes 6'9" that can handle the ball the way they did. I was mesmerized.
And Bird took the year off.
With Bird and what people tend to forget. This is
Bird spent all from college, didn't he?
what people tend to forget. He went to Indiana first.
Yeah, and dropped out.
He didn't like Bobby Knight.
And his daddy got sick. So
I can't for that. I didn't like Bobby Knight either. Bobby Knight had a mental issue.
Yeah, and then here was the other part. They had beat a DePaul team that was like 29-0 or something like that. We had Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummings, and I mean that team was stacked. And they kept talking about this guy Bird. I said, man, who is this white dude they keep talking about?
Man.
Hey man, this cat came on the scene. Then the Magic Man came. And from that point on, the game's never going to be the same.
But you gotta think about it. In the same year that they won that they met for that national championship, they both made their team household names.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: it's crazy, but Indiana State is still recognized because of Larry Bird.
Yeah,
of course.
And you know, Michigan
State recognized because of Magic.
Well, no, I'll be honest with you. Michigan State had some bad dudes before Magic got there, but they wasn't on that platform. Until it went to the next level. I mean, you know, Magic and Bird saved the league from folding.
Yes, that's right. They NCAA
that's
championship
exactly
game,
right.
And
it saved the NCAA tournament because see, back then it used to be the good old boys, Kelly Tripucka, Notre Dame, and all that BS. Nobody cared about that. You had you had Kentucky, you know, with Rick Roby and Duke, with James Banks, and all that. Carolina with Phil Ford. No, it came down to where they realized after that game that basketball has transformed into a whole different level of playing.
That's right.
You had a guy like Bird, who he don't get the credit, but see, like William said, you had John Havlicek, but then you had Rick Barry, who was a phenomenal player. But he didn't have no rival to go against.
That's
in 1979, it got to the point where the NCAA said, "Hey, look, you know, we got to do something. Let's make this a white against black thing," and that's what they basically did.
And they made money.
Yeah, and then from there, Magic and Bird get to the NBA. If you watch how a lot of people follow, maybe outside of you, William, because I know you're a Boston fan, but most people that like Boston were racist, and most people that was going to go for LA.
Oh. So
that guy just got up on that dunk. But
hey, Mark, I got to push back a little bit. I used to be a Boston fan a long time ago, but then I switched to LA. Okay, when it became a Magic and Bird, I was already a Lakers fan. Now you guys know me. I am not loyal to any team. You already know it doesn't matter what are you shaking your head for, Romar? Football, basketball.
I'm looking at the basketball.
Yeah. Okay.
Certain things don't change, WB.
At all.
Well, one thing that you are loyal to is saying that you ain't loyal.
That's it.
I so love my father. I really do. My Dad, I swear to you, I'm not bragging.
I'm gonna get you a shirt that's made to say I ain't loyal.
I've been trying to get Sonya to give me one.
That's for you.
My father is a national treasure. I swear he is.
I've been trying to get Sonya to make this shirt. Hey, Mill, I've told this story before. I'm gonna tell it on.
We need to get Rev on that.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we got to get something happening here. I've told this story over and over again, but those of you who missed the story, Mill.
Yes, sir.
E. Scott.
Yes, sir.
Email Scott Brown.
Oh, Lord.
Scott, my son. knows he used to come visit me when I'm in California, right? And he can attest to this. I had a shirt that some of my friends made of me that had all of the NFL football teams on there. Okay, and it had Velcro strips on each side with a dot that I can move, and it said at the bottom, it can change his loyalty at any time. Hey, I love that shirt. I love it. Okay.
And because I saw the shirt before he did, and I looked at it, and it was cute. It was adorable.
I loved it.
And the first thing I said is, is this an adult size? The J was a small. It wasn't a medium. It was a small.
No, it guess what? Hey, Scott, it was a muscle shirt.
It was a body vein visible shirt. That's what it was.
Hey, look here. And look here. I'm gonna cut both of y'all mics. So what you no,
he had a vegan shirt on.
Yeah, he had a vegan shirt. I cannot believe that. That shirt was so daggone small. I was like, how is he gonna fit in it?
Well, who said I ever put it on?
He went to the beach. He said,
"No,
so all you could do is look at it."
That shirt was so small, you'll choke a build a bear.
Hey, look here, hey, Romar, cut mic number 1.
Nope. Get him, Bill. Get him.
Okay.
Get him.
Hey, Sonya, go over there and cut mic number 1 and number 4.
Man, he said your hat.
Well, guess what?
Man said your hat.
Hey, damn it.
He said your hat was bigger than your shirt.
Guess what? Okay, y'all won't do it. I know how to work my own board.
I was like, that had
No. Hey, it's too late now.
You open the door when you start talking about him coming over there, and you wanted to talk about this.
And you know what?
This tiny shirt that you had.
That was a time of my life. That was one of the greatest times I ever had.
Oh yeah.
He said if you breathe, so anytime that he breathe, a team will fall off the shirt.
Yes, it was.
You know what?
Yes. It was honestly that was actually the very first time I ever played dominoes too.
No. Hey guys,
that was the very first time I ever played dominoes.
You guys, listen to how he's trying to get himself out of this. No, it's recorded.
I mean, they can go see this.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. You know, and you guys continue because I've got something I've got to say in about 10 minutes. Okay? Since this is off the rails.
Yes,
hey, Mark, I want your opinion on this. Neil, Romar, is Kevin still on? How was it?
Yeah.
Okay, and Sonia.
Yes.
And I'm calling out Stephen A. Smith on my way back. Continue the conversation. I don't want to interrupt the flow. Okay, whatever we need to do about basketball, whatever it is, but I want to call out that sellout. I want to call out that sellout. That sellout Stephen A. Smith. I'll tell you more about it. Look, this is my conversation, boy.
And I got the popcorn too, so this is gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Okay.
I got an idea. I got an idea what it's about, but okay.
Yeah, I know you do, Mark.
I do too, Mark.
Mark, I know you do. Kevin, I know you do. All you guys already know I'm about to say. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm missing something too. I've been right here the whole time.
Continue the broadcast. I'll be back. I said, do you know what 10 minutes mean?
I want to know this. You can't leave the show talking about we a sellout.
What I said, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about this.
You can't do that.
I said what I had to say about the small little shirt. I mean, I'm trying to go into something else.
This ain't got nothing to do with neither one of y'all.
And you got another one.
Well, continue. I didn't want to interrupt the flow. Okay, I'm sure Mill got more to talk about. You guys go and do what you got to do. I'll talk to you in 10 minutes.
You disrespectful.
You know, it's a good thing I try to stop cussing on radio.
All right, so
I'm being disrespectful.
Yeah,
I said 10 minutes.
You know, you disrespectful. You can't stop. You can't stir no pot up and leave it to burn.
Yes, I can. It's called a cliffhanger.
Well, that was the shirt that you had, huh? It was a cliffhanger.
Did you see that sign line?
You mean it was a distraction?
It's a family-oriented show, even though it is called Off the Rails, ladies and gentlemen. 420 edition of Off the Rails. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, J&J, for looking out for us all through the years. 3302 Williamsburg Road, Supreme Flea Market. Tell them, Studio W sent you if you happen to stop by. But guys, let's talk about this NFL draft. that's coming up. Is it this next weekend?
It's Thursday.
Will, you want to know the problem is I got with the NFL draft? To be honest with you, I just put mine in now. They take too long getting this draft together. I mean, the season's over with in January. And then for every day for the next 4 months, they talking about who's going to go first, second, third, and fourth, what kind of possible trades can be made. This dude, he sucked on the Wonderlic because he didn't answer a question. His fourth grade teacher said he sucks. I mean, it gets old.
I agree. For this reason and this reason only. I mean, not this reason only, but this was my starting point. Do you realize the women's college basketball season has ended and they have had their draft already?
Oh man!
After the NFL season has ended, all that was over with. Like a month, 2 months after the NFL season ended, the women's college basketball playoff ended, and they've already had a WNBA draft. Make it make sense. What is taking a lot?
Ask Roger Goodell.
And the season about to get started in 2 weeks.
At Roger Goodell.
And I'm with you 100%, Mark. It's too much. You got combines, you got pro days, and like you said, this stupid
it's more
test
money.
They got to take.
Guess what? Because it's maybe you ever thought because there's more money invested into that than it is in. Like, I think about it. Out of every college sport or every outside of baseball, the NFL money is most highly viewed than the NBA. College football season is a $1 billion market. So of course they probably it's gonna be long because I guess now they want to see where they gonna invest their money at. If you gonna put it into a player, it's different.
Yeah, but
I mean, I understand the process it definitely shouldn't take 3 months.
Right.
Or 2.5.
Right.
But you gotta think about it. I'm investing in money. I'm about to change your life.
Change my life?
I mean, I'm just saying that what the owners.
Oh yeah.
Your life about to change.
Yeah. So
in order for your life to change, I gotta see the product that I'm gonna get this money to. At least let me see what I think I'm paying for. Now we're talking about how long it take with the NFL draft and everything. Long as we get Jalen Daniels, I'd be all right.
Oh, but does Jaden Daniels want to come now?
Like somebody else said, if you want to come there or not, we paying you and we changing your life.
That is true. So which quarterback is going to go? Because you got 4 on the roster right now.
What for quarterbacks we got?
What quarterback you talking about?
One quarterback on the roster, and that's Mariota.
I thought you had.
No.
How already gone?
We got a third round. We got an extra third round pick for Sam. Jacoby, he going back to New England. We only had 3. All of them gone.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would happen if I said Drake May was going to Washington?
Oh, that ain't happening.
No.
That ain't. That ain't happening. You can stop smoking whatever you're smoking now.
Hey, look, we know it's 420 now, but
you can't start making accusations like that, Omar.
Look, I have not been.
No, I'm talking about somebody smoking something. You don't know where they man. So that's called projection. Just because what you're doing doesn't mean.
Just like Jay Daniels projected to go to the second number 2 overall.
Hey, look. I've been saying it before the season was over. I was saying it after their season was over.
Man, I love this show.
Daniels to DC.
Hey, Mark. Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I,
here.
I, I love this show. Sonya,
And a surprise number 3 pick
this is
at
off the
quarterback will
rails.
not be Drake May. It will be J.J. McCarthy to the New England
Off
Patriots.
the rails, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, also make sure you check out our brand new YouTube channel. All right. You want to go and like and subscribe to this channel. Everybody listen to us.
Oh, here you go.
That is, what are you trying to say here? Okay.
Here go the three voice. Here go the three voices.
Hey,
You know, this
Hey, look, this is, hey, ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen,
the WB, the Buzz.
this is a serious announcement, Romar. Will you please stop interrupting? All right. Getting back to what I was saying. All right. This is the buzz, baby. Hey, download. You got to do it. YouTube Studio W, the buzz. Studio W, the buzz. Would you cut it out, Romar?
I can't.
Studio W, the buzz.
I can't.
Hey, share with your friends. All right.
Every time I hit them jumps, it kills me.
yo, they're gonna be banging.
It's very impressive how you can go through three voices in just one promotion.
I've been doing this for a while.
Look, see, come on, bro. We don't need to hear your quiet storm voice.
Getting back to that. You mean
See,
that? You mean that Barry White voice that comes on Mondays through Sundays? Okay.
We don't.
Are we talking about Sunday Night Gold? Monday Night Madness?
Hey, William, remember that one time you and I did a little Saturday night gig?
Yes.
I got us over your place.
That's exactly.
We put on that music for lovers for a minute. William said, "Man, we getting so many calls tonight. We might have to keep doing this."
Hey, Mark. Hey, brother. Now, and Mark is also on Tuesday night. Now, very important announcement here. Groove, swing, speak. And this is a serious program where we talk about anything from mental health issues to voting rights.
I've seen a little bit of it too.
Yeah, that's a serious show. That's on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 7 p.m. on the East, 6 Central Time. 6 Central Time and 5 Mountain Time, right here on this network, StudioWBuzz.com, StudioWBuzz.com. Like and share. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to hear this show again, go to YouTube, Studio W The Buzz, or the website, StudioW.Buzz. Click on archive shows. Okay. Leave a review. All right, I'm done.
I'll tell you what, the Groove Swing Speaks is picking up nationwide.
Wow.
I mean, you know, I'll be honest, when you first asked me to come on, we used to do the Groove Talk Radio and different things. Hey, but man, this is at a level I never expected. And when I first got to go on, I was just going on as a listening. And I said, "Oh, William, you got to let me in on this, man, because it is a phenomenal program. You're getting phenomenal speakers. We're getting into some phenomenal topics." And it is picking up. I see it. All the brothers, all the sisters. It's spreading.
I'm loving that, Mark. No, seriously, guys. Now we laugh and joke and have a good time. We talk about sports and stuff like that, but also we need to talk about substantive.
I'm about to say, let's get into something right now. Like, I'm on the fence with this somewhat curfew that they done started yesterday. They got a city curfew, but now check it.
Curfew? No, explain a little bit more.
Check it. Now the curfew is for kids that live in Richmond housing and redevelopment areas. They have to be in the house by 11 o'clock at night.
And it's only for those areas?
Yeah.
So you can you can make
But the thing is, over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, it's been a lot of teenagers shot. Not been one shot at night.
During the day.
Yeah.
During the day too.
Wow.
So the problem ain't at night.
And the problem goes a lot deeper than that.
But
let me ask you a question, Romar, real quick. I got a real quick question on that.
All right.
Wow, go ahead, Mark.
Outside, unless they got a job at, like a working a job at factory, restaurants or whatever. What reason does a young kid that is still in high school What reason do they have to be out after 11 o'clock anyway?
Well,
Maybe
no,
it's because maybe because I grew up in a different
well,
era.
I can see now they had a curfew doing me and Mill generation. Our time out there when we was this age. They had a curfew at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you got caught, it's a $500 fine on your perm.
Mm-hmm.
This was
Well,
city.
but see, when I grew up, the city didn't have to do that because
They marginalized this show.
we had a curfew called street light.
Yeah.
And see, when that street light came on, you need to be at the crib. There wasn't
I
no
mean,
excuse.
I
Our
was
parents basically,
like,
our parents basically told us, do not let that street light catch you.
Yeah,
And
and if you're on the East Coast, and in fall and winter time, that street light could come on at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, it was 5 o'clock.
hey, well, see,
Hey, guess what? Hey, Dad.
that's
Or anywhere.
but
Hey,
see,
Dad.
y'all, the way y'all grew up was different than the way we grew up.
No, we grew up that way too.
I mean, well, I ain't had to go. I ain't had to be in by the time the street lights came on because I played in front. I played in my yard.
Well,
I
see,
ain't have to go nowhere.
growing up, I'm slightly older than most of you guys, okay? But
Same-
I didn't have a curfew. Be quiet, roll ball. I did not have a curfew. But see, what I'm saying is, if you go put a curfew, let's say they have legitimate reasons for doing that, then you do it across the board,
You don't just
and
do it.
not in one area. I agree. I'm
mean,
agreeing with you.
But see, hold on. I don't know what the stipulation could be if one of your if your child get caught outside in one of these areas after 11 o'clock.
Well, you just said it. If it's only
No,
restricted
that was-
to one area,
But I'm saying, seeing like when they did it citywide, when me and Mill were teenagers, if you got caught, your parent got a $500 fine.
I understand that.
Now I don't know what the stipulation. The stipulation could be that if it's because you living in Richmond housing redevelopment and your kid get caught after that curfew, is the stipulation that you lose your apartment?
Well, see, the thing about it, if you're going to restrict, if you're going to just target one area, to me, that is discrimination.
But everything that has happened for us, the teenagers, has happened in those areas.
Now,
So
you
that's
can't
why-
tell me there's no other teenage crime that's going in any part of this city.
No, everything that
You-
happens, everything
White
outside.
kids don't commit crimes
No,
after dark.
but no.
Oh,
I'm
you
talking about
serious?
all the daytime shootings that has happened for us and teenagers being involved have been in the projects. Or in Richmond, and that's why they're focusing on those areas.
But let me ask you a question.
No.
It's a double-edged sword because if these killings now are happening during the day, the first thing we're going to be saying is, well, then you know what? This is my opinion. If these killings happen today, rather happen at night, they say, well, the reason why, because there ain't nothing put in place. There ain't no type of stipulation for these kids. So you kind of in a no-win situation. Whether you make them be in the hell, do you tell them to come in early in the evening? They figure we'll just turn the clock back and shoot in the day. I don't know how they doing this.
Right.
But,
You know, and Mark, I'm going to go a step deeper because, see, I'm going to tell you something. If you look at the stats, the United States, okay, per gun ownership, okay, is more than any other civilized country. We have more guns here. We have more murders here. We have more mass shootings here because I'm going to tell you something. You got people up in Washington, D.C. that get paid by the gun lobby. And guess what? They are refusing to pass any laws. Let me finish. Let me finish right now because I'm going to tell you what. They're up there right now. And the average congressperson is making $178,000 a year for taking multiple vacations for a year, not doing a damn thing, not passing any laws. This is the 218th Congress that has been the most dysfunctional Congress ever. They're not doing a doggone thing. And they refuse to pass sensible gun laws.
I mean, think about it. You can be 18 and walk into Walmart and get a shotgun.
This is what I'm saying.
But you know the difference, like down here in Texas, you're right. You can walk into the academy and just get a gun. At least in California, when I bought a firearm, after they did my fingerprints, hey, I had to wait a week before they released that weapon to me.
That's right. That's
When
right.
I would go into Big Five and I wanted to buy ammo, hey, they had to take my license and they go back and run my stuff first before they would sell me ammunition. Out here, you can just walk in the store and get it. It's like being on Gunsmoke.
You got to think about it.
It's like buying a pack of gum.
And then you got to think about
right here.
And you got to think about it. When these gun shows come here, you don't think that these youngers ain't got enough money to pay somebody to go to the gun show and get what they want?
And if you go to these gun shows in a lot of these states, you don't even have to have a background check. Did you know that?
Nope.
You don't have to have a background check. Okay? What I'm saying is these people are putting profits over lives.
But you know what's so crazy? Because you saying something about DC, I found out. But you are not. You can't have a gun in DC.
That's right.
That's crazy. You a citizen, or we coming from Richmond to go to DC to hang out, and we all registered gun owners. We got to leave our guns here.
You know,
because we can't take them in the District of Columbia.
Let me tell you something. Some people will say you're going against my Second Amendment rights, which is the right to own a gun. Now, but let me tell you something. Did you know over in England, nobody could have a gun? And guess what? How many people got? Now they got stabbed. But you can't. You know, it's hard to do mass stabbings. It's easy to do mass shootings. I hope you let this resonate a little bit. So they're saying we need all of these guns. And like I said, when I opened, I mentioned we have more guns per capita and per person than any civilized organization.
Guess what toy maker is one of the biggest ammunition makers?
I don't know.
Mattel.
I wouldn't guess. I wouldn't doubt it.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you another question. Let me ask another question though. You know, with that being said, whether it's at day, whether it's at night, if these crimes, I'm just asking, it's happening in the projects, then the city has to have some type of ordinance in place. Because if not, we're going to be the ones going there and saying, hey, you know what, this is out of control and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. So whether you set a curfew in the daytime, nighttime, afternoon, breakfast, lunch, dinner, don't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
and I don't care. This is not my point. I'm not saying don't do it. All I'm saying is make it across the board.
But it should be citywide.
Yeah,
it needs to be citywide. That's my point.
But see, the crazy thing about it, it's a lot of these kids that ain't even scared of the repercussions of what.
But then, Robo, let me ask you this question. And I hate to say this, but I'm just going to keep it real. Didn't that sound like it comes from the home that they're being brung up in?
Mm-hmm.
Because see, the homes that I'm pretty sure we came up in, there was a little bit of fear about if you got into the wrong thing.
I mean,
hold up, you got it now. You got it now to where you got kids raising kids. In other words, what I'm saying, the kid be 15, the mom 29, and all that kind of mess.
Yeah.
Or you get the woman so worried about the boyfriend she got staying with her, the kid then got forgotten about and can do whatever they want because the man don't give a damn about the kid anyway.
Yeah.
That's right. And you're right about that too, because then he comes in and the mom introduced, hey, this is your new daddy. This is your new daddy. And he's only there for the booty.
Oh, no.
And to be honest with you, that new man want the kid out the house so he ain't got to be bothered with it, so that he can do what he got to do.
Or
if they do meet a decent man, if a woman does meet a decent man who comes in, but if they meet a decent man that comes in and say, oh no, we got to have some law and order in here. If I'm going to be here, there's going to be rules and regulations. Then you go with the old thing of, well, see, he ain't used to nobody telling him what to do. Don't say nothing to him. Oh, he's just mad. So a decent man to say, to hell with this, I'm out of here. I ain't dealing with it.
But see, a lot of problems with things like that, and things happen because of the first thing you said out your mouth. This your new daddy. You bet not. No, and that's where you wrong as a female. To tell your kid this your new daddy.
Hey, let me tell you something. Where I'm from.
Oh no, you bet not.
Where I'm from, It's I told my sister this. I told my sister this 20 years ago, and it's sad, but it's true. I said, well, you know what? You go back home. That's the only place I know. You come. You're a new guy coming to town at 9 o'clock. By 11:30, you got a place to live.
Come on now.
Wow.
And I ain't lying to you because as long as they showing them women a little bit of money, hey, I'm gonna buy you some clothes. You get your hair done. The hell with little Joey at the house. He moving in.
That's right.
And half of these dudes are coming in from other cities, smuggling in drugs, selling the drugs, doing the different stuff, then disrupted the whole household. And hey, it's a mess all the way around.
It is.
Well, you know what they call this? The hate old folk.
And yeah, but you know what? And also, this woman, single mothers, my hat's off to you. I really do. And this is not something to disparage single mothers because there are a lot of great only there's a lot of great single mothers out there. The point that I'm putting out there, if you want to date, you want to have a companion, it's almost like you need to go through a screening process before you bring these men into your home. All right. Fine. It's just because you're out there, it's a hot night and you're hot and he's hot and everything like that. You cannot, because you got a lot of guys out here that hey, they got that con game on.
Well, you know what? I'll say this.
Let me finish. They got their con game on, and it's like, look, I want you can be useful as long as you're useful. Hold on, and you got a kid, and I'm not going to say anything, but I really prefer that you didn't, and that is not my priority. My priority is to get over. The point that I'm making is it's okay to do whatever you want to do as a grown up, as long as you put in a little discernment and says, okay, is this cat that I'm bringing to my home, is he the best thing for my children? Okay, you can't.
100% right.
But hold on. But see, a lot of people out here, when it comes to relationships, when a female got children, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of men out here that will tell you, "I date you. I ain't dating them."
But hold up, here's the back end of this. Romar, you're right. But Romar, you're right. I'm not disagreeing, but this is where I'm going to. I will come in to some point of the defense of the woman, and this is where it is.
But a real grown man will be. That's part of the package deal. If you
but here's the problem.
I'm dating you, then I understand this part of the package.
But hold up, but here's the problem. You get a lot of these, and I'm being honest. You'll get a lot of situations where. And yes, the woman is the first line of defense because unfortunately, I hate to say it like this, but a lot of brothers ain't got their stuff together. And these women are their security blankets. And these women have been put in positions where they may have kids, but the men they didn't have these kids where they ain't doing a damn thing to help them.
Right.
And then you bring somebody in to come in from out of town, got a little bit of money. You ain't got to worry about that electric getting turned off next week. Your heat is on. You can get a little bit of groceries. Hey man, that changes the whole game. And I ain't trying to be funny, but it changes the whole game. Now you mean to tell me I can go actually get my hair done instead of wearing that same wig I didn't have for 3 years? I mean,
Wow.
I mean, it's just a realistic. It's being realistic, and these men know it. You're getting guys coming in, you're getting dudes coming in from at least where I'm from. You got guys coming in out of Chicago, and the first place they go to North End Projects, down to the Village. Anywhere where there's a little Section 8, you go out to the Legion, go to the Elks. You meet these girls. Half of them out there ain't nothing. They got loaded, got kids. The fathers ain't helping them. They struggling to make it from one day, not 1 week, one day to the next. And somebody comes up and say, "Hey, I can do this. I can do that for you. I can do this. Look at what I got." You got to start thinking. And to see as men, if the men handled their business and had these kids, these men wouldn't be able to come in here and do that.
That's exactly
because see, we would be in our home saying, "Hey, I don't know where you're from, but you can turn around and get the hell out."
You got to get the hell out of here. I want to hear from Sonya. Sonya, the only lady on the panel right now, and she's in the back quiet, taking in a lot of things. So I'm sure you have a lot to say. I want your take on this discussion, and I wouldn't want to hear that.
Okay, I can't give too much of
Turn
an
that mic up. Number
I can't
two. Number
I
two.
I can't give too much of an opinion because I
More than
really
that.
did not date a lot when I was a single parent. Matter of fact, I took a break from dating once I became a single parent. For 10 years, I did not date. It wasn't until Mel came back that into my life that decided to start dating. So I can't say a whole lot. I can tell you what I saw with my friends. And unfortunately, for some of my friends, they were the one that had more money than the men. And the men were sitting in the house while she's running the house, taking care of her kids. Her child's father's not helping her. She's taking care of everything, and he's sitting in the house living off of her.
I understand what you're saying, but
I'm not saying that's every case, but
no,
that's a lot of what I saw.
no, but I'm just
No,
saying.
but Sonya, I got to say this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't mean it in no disrespectful way. I'm gonna be honest. I remember when I used to hear stories like I actually, damn, I wonder why I could never got that lucky because everybody I got with, I had to had to handle my business.
Hey,
I mean, I didn't get that luxury of being able to sit up and watch BET raps all day and play and play PlayStation or Ghost Recon or whatever was going on. I had to work.
that
I
was
was like, can I please meet somebody that tells me? And then on the back end of it, I'm looking at it as a man and say, why would you want to be in a position to where you sit at home and you're like, oh, I hope a baby get paid. Maybe I can possibly get these Jordans. I mean, where's your pride at to be able to get your own and handle your business and go out and punch into a clock every day?
hold on, but see my thing is like Sony, like with your friends, and you say you seen your friends doing this.
Yes.
I seen my sisters doing the same thing that you seen your friends doing.
Hmm.
But you know the one thing that my grandma said to me and made me really understand what it was.
What?
They only doing what you allow them to do.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm not arguing with
Yeah.
that. And I will say
And
this.
see, that's the thing that people don't understand. Ain't nobody if if you continue to allow somebody to do something,
Yeah,
guess what they
they're
gonna
going to
do?
continue
They
to do
feel
it.
Well,
that this is I'm comfortable with doing it because you're not saying nothing about me doing it.
see, you know what? I got 3 girls, so I can say this. I told my daughter straight up. You meet a guy, and if he's got kids, I mean, people have a life before you. I understand that. But my thing would be, okay, Joe Blow got a kid. No problem. What kind of relationship does he have with the kid? Well, the baby's mama is so is he taking care of the kid? Well, no, he figured if he okay. So what makes you think if you have a kid with this dude, you're gonna be any better than the last person?
You know why? I can tell you what it is. As a woman, some of us are actually trained to make a man a better man.
Well, then I tell you what I tell my daughter: you go ahead and make him better. Then when you broke, don't call me for a damn thing because I ain't doing it.
Exactly.
Go 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 back to that man that you was or that you're making better because you sure as hell ain't gonna make me worse by taking my money to help take care of something that one don't work for me.
I can
I
hear
mean,
you say that, Mark.
because the one thing I trained my daughters was this: the only man I ever want you to have to ever depend on in life besides the Lord is me. There ain't no other man out there that you got to sell your soul to make your life better.
Hey,
And if he ain't got his life together by now, whether he done been to jail or he gets fired every week or when he get a job, a child support, that's not your problem
now,
because he
so
should have had that together before he came your way.
now when
That's
Sonya
right.
talks about her friends, I always want to crop dust this a little bit. We're not talking about black people.
No, we're not. I mean, guys, I've got to jump in on this. And Sonya, you make some good points, but Mark, you made an excellent point. Sonya, it's not, and this is where women fall vulnerable a lot of times. Say, I can make this guy better. I see some potential in him. It's not your job to do that. Because if it's not in him, see, it has to be within him. You can't make him better.
But
He has
see,
to want to be better.
you know what? Here's a
And
discriminatory part to that, William. And you're right, but here's a discriminatory part, and I'll say it against the men. We meet a woman out there, and people say, "Well, man, she was kind of wild back in the day." You can't make a blanket housewife. So what makes you think you can make a thief an honest citizen?
Yeah, exactly right. And let's get back to what it is. And I can see Sonia's point because obviously she is a compassionate person. Okay, and and, and she says, okay, I see some potential in this person. I see some potential in this person. But then this person that you see potential in keep disappointing, gets disappointing. You say, no, I'm gonna help him. You know, I care about this person here. I might be in love with, but I don't know what it is. Hold on. But what I'm saying is, uh, and I'm really not faulting the women. I'm faulting the guys that come in and they come in and they take advantage because you got hold on,
Why that gotta be advantage?
no. Hear me
It
Listen,
ain't
out.
always
listen to
gotta
what
be
they said.
advantage.
No,
No, no,
listen to
no.
what he's
Some
saying,
guys come in
Roman.
and try to
Let him finish it. Let him finish it up.
do it every day. They do it every day. You've got predators. This is I see a vulnerable woman, okay, and guess what? Shucks, I can come in and lay up there and I can go out and do whatever I want to do because guess what? She's going to forgive me every step of the way because, he already knows the game. He already knows that this woman is buying into his bull crap. He already knows that. There are cars, you already know, role model. I already know. And some of these no good
But
men out here.
but you can't.
I can't say
Hold
they're
on.
not.
Can you fully
They're
blame? Hold
also.
on. Can you fully blame the man because
I ain't finished.
hold on
You
because
didn't let me finish.
every day we meet everybody representative.
No, guess what? You didn't let me finish. There are definitely no good women out here, but let's not mix apples and oranges here. The focus is on men that are taking advantage of vulnerable women because they want to help them, and the only person that's being helped is that clown that is coming in. And so I understand your position, especially. Sonya, I absolutely do. Okay. And if you have another point, please finish that because I want to hear everything you have to say. Then we'll go around the panel. Okay.
Okay, I do want to give another example. I'm not saying every woman I know is taking care of somebody or has taken care of somebody. I know women that also are the ones when as soon as you start dating them, they ask, "So, can you go ahead and pay my light bill this month? Can you go ahead and pay my water bill?" I do know a mixture. So I'm not going to say, you know, the females in my life are the ones taking care of everybody. I got a mixture of females in my life that do different things. The first ones I was talking about is the ones that I've seen take care of people. And I can honestly say, just about every last one of those women, when they got fed up, they got, like the song says, when a woman's fed up, it's over.
All I was saying from the first group of people,
Yeah.
females that you're talking about, it's just they allowed that person to do until they
Because,
got fed
and
up
I'll tell you why we allow it.
because you
Oh, we
care.
allow it to happen. Yes, we care, but in that same instance, and see, this is where I'm going to bring it back to something I've said before. Society dictates we are not supposed to date somebody when they've already made it. We have to date on the premise of the potential of them making it. So that's society. Until we realize that person is not going to be that potential that we see, we're not going to be there. And that's when we decide we're going to leave. Or we see that even though they're going to be that potential, we're not sticking around because of all the other stuff we have to deal with in that
All the red
relationship.
flags that you
Right,
seen
right, right.
before.
And let me just share something else with you. Okay, Roman, I know he's jumping into bits. Roman, I promise you, brother, you can come in next. I promise you. See,
Timberwolves up by
there's
10, by
something,
the way.
hey, Bill, there's something deeper going on here. When you're living it, you have to understand. We'll talk about things that happens on the surface. Please, there's some psychological things that affect us and and kind of mold us into certain thinkings and feelings, right? If you are in an abusive situation long enough, somehow your mental capacity adapts to that. It's sort of like that. What that syndrome we were thinking about? Oh my God! There's people that have been
Survivors.
captive. What was that, baby?
Survivors.
No, it's another syndrome
Okay.
of that. What happens is if you are held captive long enough, you started even siding with the people that are here holding you captive.
I mean, because after a while, you got to, regardless of how long they done kept you captive, they done
No,
fed you.
because after a while you adapt to it and you figure that's the norm.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But William, the one thing I will say is this, and I mean I see it firsthand.
It's deep.
I can say this when it's you. I can say this when it's to some point when it's been myself. The first thing a person don't look at, they don't value their worth. And
That's
see,
it, Mark.
and my thing is going to be this.
Right.
I'm looking at my worth because see, even here in Houston and William, we got to talk off air. But even in Houston, you see a lot of the single women out there who are now in their 40s, going into their 50s. They say the same thing. I'm looking for somebody that's going to wine and dine me and take care of me and all. Well, that's all great, but you mean to tell me you ain't had that for the other 30 years of your life? Because you ain't bringing that, because you ain't bringing all that in here on me.
Hold on.
I mean, hey, whatever you lost, whatever you didn't get, whatever didn't go down the first time, that's your business. I would be looking for normalcy. Part of going out and taking a person out and some, that's part of normalcy. But now you trying to make a person make up for lost time.
Mark.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Said for the last 30 years, because in their 40s, because I'm in my 40s.
Well, I'm down to like 50. Let's just say it's in their 50.
Yeah, but either way, we're late. We know this, we're late. But can you honestly say in your 20s, you had the mental capacity to understand what is needed in a relationship to stick with it and to stay by its side the whole time?
Okay,
Because,
I won't be honest with you to that question.
okay,
Having daughters, I told them straight up. An individual usually doesn't even start to think about maturity until they're 30 years old.
right.
So all the stuff that you want to do and running around, traveling, especially with my daughters, they like to go. I said, you better get it out now. I said, because you mess around, somehow something don't happen that way, then you're going to try to play catch up. It don't work. You get whatever you got out of your system, get it out of there. Because you know what, you go into it again. I understand what you're saying, but see, for me, I guess because I went into the military, stationed in Long Beach. I seen it firsthand what the results of a lot of stuff can be. I could see a whole lot of what could be, and you're right. I'm not saying by all means it's like I said. I put a lot of it on the men too. I'm not saying that it's all women, but all the women's fault. But what I will say is this: you meet a guy, and he already got 3 or 4 kids, and he only 26 years old. What's the chances of making you think he didn't hit the home run with you the home run hitter? You're just another stop as a safety net. Because like I told my daughters, hey, he ain't gave a damn about the kids he already got. What makes you think if he has one with you, that child's going to be treated any better?
Or it could be that he realized after having those 3 or 4 kids that
he need to get with you because child support is killing him on his check, and he needs somebody to help.
Because you have men that have 3 or 4 kids that, after their relationship with those mothers or that mother, they realize this is not the life I want to sit at home and be at.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: my nephew lives in Richmond. Hell of a football player. Actually, a brief period of time, made it for about a year. Mm-hmm. He ended up getting a really good job with the power company in Richmond.
Dominion.
Yeah, Dominion Power. So then, when he found out after having 2 kids by 2 different women, he realized, man, this child support ain't no joke.
But
so he calls me one day, and he gets to talking about it. I said, hey man, where's the tallest building in Richmond? He said the Dominion Power building. He said, why? What do you think I should do? I said, go down there and go to the top and jump off, because ain't nobody. I mean, you done already created your own massacre for yourself because you keep having these kids, and you don't realize the cost to have this.
But
there's a responsibility that comes along with this.
But sometimes as men, sometimes with that child support thing, sometimes it could just be a spiteful female, and he'll do it just out of spite.
Well, I agree with you. I got no, Romo, you're 100% right. I got a coworker right now. A coworker who makes very good money sat and talked to me Friday, and he said, "Man, I'm gonna have to go to work at night because I got to get me a job during the day because my girl, she just took me back to court again, and man, I can't afford this."
But see, then you got some.
He was doing that out of spite. You're correct.
But you got some females that'll give you the chance to get it together before they even get them people involved.
And you're 100% right too. But I agree with you on both ends. The only thing I would ever say.
But see, then you also got the female that's just gonna be nasty off the rip. I'm gonna take you up for this and don't even give me a chance. Don't even give you a chance to even prove yourself to be a father or whatever.
Well, see, that's where the only people that suffer for that, realistically, the only people that suffer for that is the kids.
And see,
because the man be so pissed off, he don't want to have nothing to do with nobody.
But no. See, between man and women, you gotta also know what you're dealing with.
Time out. Because I gotta speak on this one. My son's father has one child older than my child. When we got together, we had been together for years. When we got to the point that I got pregnant, that's when our relationship died. Literally, the day I told him I was pregnant is the day our relationship died. 6 months later, I had that child. How long after that 6 months am I supposed to wait for you to realize that you're going to be a father when the 6 months for appointments and getting ready and doing everything that needed to be done, you weren't there? Then the day of the birth, which was planned, you were not there.
Well, see, he should have expected that because he already knew he already wants shit.
Well, here was the thing, and this is my opinion.
I'm sorry.
But responsibility, when the responsibility comes on,
he and I have a relationship now, but I was that person. I did not sit there and say, "Hey, I need you to be a dad."
Oh, no. But
my situation was, I told him, "This is my child. No matter what, what are you going to do?" When he decided he wasn't going to do, he got put on child support.
Oh, no, Sonia, I agree. Check this out. This has always been my thing, and I'll take it to my grave. Person give you an opportunity to handle your business, and they got to go to the outside man because you ain't doing your job, then that's on you.
Hey, look,
that's on the man.
My son's mother tried that with me, listening to everybody outside. So when she went to those people and requested that she get child support from me, she got the worst rude awakening of them all.
What was that? And that was
when them people told her, "We can't touch what he get. You be lucky if he want to help you take care of your child."
You know, I tell you what.
But see, my thing was, you ain't never give me a chance, and I had always knew I was prepared to be. I was prepared when I was like 12 when my sister had my nephew. My sister had her first kid. Like, yeah, I was doing things, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I had 2 nieces after that.
Like, I hear you loud and clear, but let's go back to Sonia's point. Hold on. It wasn't, every situation is different. You got some people that will step up, whether they're under child support or not. But you got some people that will not.
But it's a choice at the end of the day with any individual.
No. My question was, how long is she supposed to give you?
No. You know, I'll be straight up. If a guy, female were together, she comes out pregnant. Now, if there was some indiscretions involved, and hey, I don't know, then y'all need to handle that in a different scenario. But if you guys were together. And you guys were together as a man, you know that's your child. At that point, you're supposed to set yourself up in a position where you know, hey, I got another life that I got to be responsible for. I need to handle my business.
I mean, but also now, because see, we come from our generation come from me coming up and everything, and everybody, mostly all my friends,
right?
We had to learn to be fathers because we didn't have that.
Okay, but that's not the point.
Oh, no. That has a lot to do with a lot of people stepping up and being fathers. Because when you ain't have it, you don't know how to be one.
But the point is, why if you with this woman and you got okay, you guys are dating, you having great fun, you might be living together, whatever it is, right? And you are by her side up until the point that she gets pregnant, and then all of a sudden you want to abandon her.
I
didn't say that was your situation.
But no, that's on that guy. That's that. He made that decision.
That's what we're talking about right now. But there's a lot of those guys out there,
but they ain't used the female.
What? Oh, really? Everything was convenient before that happened?
No. And the same thing go for the female. It was convenient for her to lay there and get.
No. I will not buy into that. We're talking about a whole different. Roma, there are. Hold on.
When you make a kid, y'all go half on it. Y'all both take that same risk at that same time. When y'all create that kid,
right?
You don't know what you gonna be when that kid come out, because there's a chance that you can walk away from it, regardless of knowing that everybody ain't ready for it. Well, and you have that choice.
Yeah, you got the choice of not laying with that woman, knowing the risk.
You said the woman got. Hold on.
No.
Don't nothing happen unless
absolutely not.
Don't nothing happen unless she allows you to go there.
Look here, I'm not coming to you as a saint. All right.
Look here. Talking about all of us. You blaming men for everything.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because there are some females out here that No. There are some females out here that are users. Okay, they are abusers. They will take advantage of men. There are some out here. But we are not talking about, let's handle one subject at a time. Let's talk about a decent female that believed that she was in a relationship.
She couldn't recognize that the man hold on.
And look here, hey, this is not Fox News.
But if
we don't talk over another one. Can I finish what I was about to say? Then you are welcome to respond, my friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The point that I'm saying is, man, woman, I don't care what ethnicity, race, creed, color, or whatever it is. We got bad people everywhere. Okay? I'm going to just start with that. The point is, we are not talking about a female that's going out slutting. We're not talking about a female or a male that's out there and think that they are in a viable, healthy relationship. But when it comes to the point that female gets pregnant and the man goes says, oh no, I'm gone, you're on your own. That is totally wrong. I don't care whatever. No. You can clap all you want, but the point that I'm making is she has a point. You have different people out here.
But you ain't never allowed.
I'm gonna allow anything that you want. But what I'm saying is, we talk about a decent woman versus some women out here that's out here to just use and abuse. Your point.
Okay.
But let me say something. Let me say something real quick. Let me say this real quick. I'll only take a second. This is my opinion on this. I understand, Romar, what you're saying, it takes two, but guess what? That man knows going in that he's taking a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, but hold on.
And my attitude about that is this, and that includes me. You ask the question, hey, are you, and this is just my thing, if I'm going to be sexually involved with a woman, hey, are you on anything? What's going on? What's happening? You have those discussions. And if the woman tells you she ain't, but you proceed to go without protecting yourself, well, hey, Lord help you. It ain't, because she already done forewarned you. And it can't be that thing, well, that You can't do nothing she ain't gonna let you do. No, because guess what? Maybe that can happen once. But when you got 5 and 6 kids out here with the same thing, there ain't no way in the world that keeps happening. And it ain't the responsibility of that man.
Well, let me see.
Because I mean, I get what you're saying. Because guess what? We see this happening to these NBA, NFL dudes every month.
Yeah, but see, I'm about to get back to this thing about WB with this decent female. Because see, you can still be a decent female, and the man could be decent too. And a decent female tell that man, I don't want you to have nothing to do with your child.
Well, see, that's a whole different scenario.
No. But I'm just telling you, you talking about how a decent female will get used by a man, but a decent man will do the same. A decent man will get used by a female the same way.
Bro, Romar, I agree with you because guess what?
Certificate knowing that you
Romar, I agree with you because guess what? I feel like I've been that decent man at one point in my life. I understand that, but what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is this: when you know, especially in the line of work I do, I'll have a staff of workers come in. Well, it used to be in California. I really haven't seen that here in Texas, but anyway. And man, I get a few brothers starting, even Hispanic guys starting. Hey, you got some new workers in your department. Cool. They end up being good workers. They good for about the first 2 weeks. Then that third week coming, dude. I remember a dude came to me and told me straight out, "Hey man, look, I did all that work, did all that overtime. My check was $11.
But see, I'm out. That ain't your fault. You shouldn't have all them kids."
No, hold up. That's the point I'm making. Is that?
But I also say some decent females that will go out here and put you on child support out of spite.
No, then it's a decent female.
What you mean?
No.
What you mean that ain't a decent female?
No, just exactly what I just said. If you are decent, you don't do things out of spite. Those are two contradictory things, Romar.
But hey, I'll put it to you like this. My youngest daughter is 24. I remember her mom knew how I took care of her. In the beginning, she was going to try that. But see, I kept records of everything I did. I knew I know, like yesterday, I picked my daughter up on a Friday, can have her till Monday every week. But the one thing I did when I would pick her up from school, because I even paid for her daycare, I would take her to McDonald's every Friday. I would take her to Del Taco every Monday morning on the way to school. I did that because when we went to the judge and I pulled out my file and I said, he said, "Oh, y'all do a lot of McDonald's and El Taco and all." Look, not only do I want to make sure she got a little snack when she got off, but I want to make sure you see the record that I have her.
But you know what the judge said?
No, you know what the judge said? And my daughter's mom was a state officer. The judge told her straight out, "Ma'am, it can work one of two ways. If he ends up keeping her one more hour longer than what he's supposed to, you owe him a certain amount of money." And he told her, because on the back end of that, guess what he owes you? A month. He said, what? He said $12. I said, I know it ain't no way in hell $12 is taking care of no child, but since you wanted to go there, 21 record, that's what it's going to be. But now, I took care of my daughter tremendously. William had been to my youngest daughter, went to Cal State Dominguez. I did my job. The point is, yeah, she called herself being slick, and the reason why I understand what you're saying is because she had 2 children prior to my daughter, and she didn't press the issue with their dad, and he didn't do a damn thing.
And see, that's the thing. Because
then when you see somebody that's willing to do their job, that's willing to do what they're supposed to do, now you want to try to stick it to them.
Yeah, you got caught with all the anger from the other two fathers.
But see, at the end of the day, the biggest victim is the child.
Yeah. And see,
because the child either, and I can say, I know this too. I'm glad I didn't do this because I love the hell out of my daughter, but it could have been a scenario where I was so mad that I could have been like, to hell with it, and went on about my business and had to pay what I had to.
And see,
and that's what a lot of men ended up doing because they like, well, you know what, you're going to do me like this. And you know, the only thing I would say about that when it comes to paying, support, and some of the amount of money I've seen where they make some of these athletes pay.
Hey, look, I got caught. I had 2 kids prior to my son that I know that is mine. Okay. And if it wasn't for this woman doing what she was doing out here to get, so it came to a point where CPS and got involved and I had to take blood tests. I didn't take these blood tests and she did what she did, I would have thought that her first two sons were mad.
Oh wow.
But DNA said that they weren't. And she was decent. But guess what she was doing? She played decent with me and was sleeping around with somebody else.
Well, I don't see how you could conflate the two things.
Because you deal with somebody representative before you deal with them.
But WB, you and I can probably attest to this one more. Well, I can say, Romar, you probably could too on this one. See, a lot of times when it comes down to that, when they start running to the system, like Sonya said, hey, if you ain't been doing that, what is she supposed to do? But then on the flip side of that, you can also have a situation where, like you say, you're doing what you're supposed to. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, picking up the child, do whatever. But then you can get that outside influence that can kick in, and sometimes it could be a disgruntled mama's mama.
Yeah,
that will come in with, well, girl, if I was you, this is what you need to do. And I mean, so when you start getting them outside lawyers coming in, them street lawyers start telling you stuff, it can mess up both sides of it. Because see, we get the men to get to say, well, man, if she gonna do that, to hell with it. I wouldn't give her nothing. Just wait till figure it, let the system catch it. Then on the back end of it, you got the disgruntled moms and aunts and whoever else say, girl, he got a good job working in that mill or in that factory. Tear him up.
Let me say something.
It can work both ways.
Okay, Sonya.
Okay, I want to say a few things. First and foremost, I did give a very small, generalized version of my story. My son's father, since he has been put on child support and he has grown as a person, because that's that potential that I saw that I did not wait for and I do not want. Let's get that clear. He has grown to be a better dad. Okay. And he knows now. He did not know then. He thought I was that bitter baby mama that wanted his money. He knows now it was not that. It was the going 50-50 on a baby. Because even though I have to be there 24/7, he doesn't. But on some point, he has to help with the raising of this child, whether it is financially or in person.
And I understand that.
So I want to say that first. I don't want anybody to think I'm bashing my son's father. We have a good parenthood relationship right now, period. Okay. But people do, it took, my child is 16. It has taken a lot of that time for him to realize that I was not that bitter baby mama because the conversation was not honestly had when that happened. Right. So it looked like, oh, you just want me for my money. That's all you want since I'm not in a relationship with you. That is not the case anymore. Right. I mean, that never was the case. Excuse me. That never was the case. Once it was over, it was over. Finally.
Right.
So
hey, Sonya, if you have any more to chime in on that, and I thank you for that, and thank for clarifying that because that's my point exactly. You've got women out here that's not vindictive. They are thinking about the wealth of their child. That's it. And if you and I say I have a female and we are together and we're only together up until the point where she gets pregnant, then all of a sudden I say adios. That's not right. On the other hand, you have women that will say, yes, we were together and this baby is yours. But they come find out in your case, Romar. Hold on. Where she was proven wrong. We're talking about two different types of people.
WB. I mean, but I'm just saying, you said, like you said, you say decent female.
Is that decent? She claiming you're the only one. Hear me out, Roma. If no, I want you to come back. No, please
Can I have my
listen.
strawberry lemonade, please?
Right here?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. But anyway,
See how I just changed that subject to calm
Okay.
everything.
The only thing I can say on that. No, I'm just be honest. Sonya, I respect everything you said because I've seen it. I've got sisters. I have a niece who went through it. Two nieces, actually three. Damn, that's went through it. I understand what you're saying. I respect everything you said because, in my opinion, if it's like this, it's. I always felt that two people should be able to work the situation out without going in anybody. And if you got a responsible person, that's the way it should be.
That's right.
If unfortunately it can happen on, like I said, it can happen on both ends because you get some brothers out there that aren't responsible and ain't trying to be responsible. And then you got scenarios where people are looking at situations for survival and how they ain't got to go to work. And I mean, I can say that just from, like I said, when I was in the military and stationed in Long Beach, I never seen so many women on the county in my life. I mean, it was the norm for that to be the circumstance. So I truly understand. I just got one question for WB. You want that topic that you was going to bring up 30 minutes ago
Thank you.
to go by.
That cliffhanger.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was waiting for this one right here. Okay.
So
You guys kick back, and I just wanted to go through a maybe 90-second dialogue here. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. I used to be a huge fan of his, and before he was with ESPN.
He was a sideline reporter.
He was a sideline reporter, and I remember seeing him at the Bonaventure Hotel, famous Bonaventure Hotel in Los Angeles,
Downtown. Yeah, okay.
downtown. And I said, and I was with my date, and I said, I know that guy. He's on, but I don't know his name. And the only reason why I didn't walk up to him and introduce myself because I I didn't have his name in my head, and I was driving a brand new Infinity, and he was looking over his bodyguard or whoever was with him was looking over at me. I'm looking at him, and I regret that I didn't walk over and introduce myself. I wasn't in radio right then at that time. I was in my doing my financial business, Okay. Hey, check this out. Uh, StudioWBuzz.com. Drop me a comment. If you need financial advice, you can do that. Leave it on my email. That's William at StudioWBuzz.com. William at StudioWBuzz.com. We also have a show that airs on every Wednesday, and that's at 10 a.m. on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East. And that is Ev James, tax services, and investment strategies. But anyway, getting back to Stephen A. Recently, he was on the Sean Hannity broadcast on Fox News. And this shocked the hell out of me. He came on and said that blacks are migrating to Trump because blacks can relate to Trump because of us being discriminated against in so many words.
The economy is better with them.
Hold it. Being locked up in prison, you know. And he was saying that blacks can relate to Trump on those bases. Now, keep in mind, you take a black person that has one charge of what a felony, something felonious, right? Whether it's drugs, alcohol, abuse, fighting, shooting, whatever it is. One charge. He's trying to say a man that has 4 charges, 88 4 indictments, 88 charges. A billionaire who's never worked a day in his life, who discriminated against black people. But no,
I can't say that. I can't say that. He parted more. What you don't know, why he was president, he worked with Martin Luther King Jr. and a lot of people to pardon a lot of black people that were incarcerated on wrongful convicted charges.
No, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Stop.
No, I'm not.
Donald Trump. Let me finish. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Guess what? I know what I know.
Me too.
No, you don't. Let me tell you why. Back in the 70s, do you know that him and his dad was convicted of discriminating against black people and denied them housing in New York City? Did you know that? Oh, that's okay with you? No, let me move on.
Anybody that own any property, black or white, can deny who they want because it's
boom. Are you serious right now?
Okay, here's the thing: you won't be a property. You won't be a property owner very long.
See, black people doing it to black people now.
No, Romar.
Yeah, but they play it off. They play it off a little different. I understand what you're saying, Romar, but you can't come out and blatantly say I can deny whoever I want the right to move. You can't do that.
You do it every day to each other.
Romar, he was convicted. Romar, do you know what convicted means?
Yeah.
You mean guilty? No. That means convicted of discrimination. That's what that means.
It's no.
But you want to know what that was? He was so arrogant with it. They were so arrogant with it. They got caught. It happens every day.
It happens every day. We understand that. Roma, let's get down to the gist of what I'm trying to say here. Black people are relating to Donald Trump because
he ain't doing nothing no different than what we already do to ourselves.
That's a lie.
That's why they relate.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie, Romar.
So you telling me everything that Martin Luther King and Malcolm X died for is what we get today from black people? Because we are our own worst enemy.
No, we are not. No, we are not. I'm gonna tell you, our own worst enemy is racism. Racism, systemic racism, and I can prove what I'm talking about. Okay, now you're great on sports. But you're out of your wheelhouse here right now, here, brother, if you want to debate me on this, because I know what I'm talking about, because I grew up way before you were born. And I've seen the system. I know the system. I know how the game is played. Understand me. This man says, I will never have a black man counting my books. I want a person wearing a yarmulke, okay, because I do not trust black people to count my books. They're lazy, they're shiftless. He's the same guy that wanted to indict the Central Park Five. The Central Park Five, who did not commit a crime against a white woman for rape or whatever it was in Central Park. Even after they were exonerated, he went on and still pushed the issue. He's the same one that says Obama was not a legal president because he did not show his birth certificate. Okay, he's the same one that say, "Hey, look at my little my little African American over here." All right, are you serious right now?
Well, let me put it to you like this, William. When it comes to Stephen A, when it comes to Stephen A, and for Stephen A to make that comment, let me put it to you like this. I got to be careful how I choose my words, because as much as, like you said, as much as we know the sports, my degree was in history, and going into my master's is an emphasis on African American studies. And the one thing that you are correct with, my father fought for, my grandmother's fought for, was for us to have equal rights. And a lot of things that this man has said has been so contradictory, and to the point where Stephen A can say that. Unfortunately, to some point, William, believe it or not, the validity to it is that the validity part, and I'm with you on this, but the validity part to it is this. Right now, we are so frustrated with the way the economy is going that when Biden got put into office, everybody was looking for that certain change. And what people didn't realize, and I've said this when Trump won his election, is that you had a lot of people on the outside telling you, oh man, I'm voting for Hillary. Ain't no doubt about it. I'm going for it. Then when they got behind those closed curtains, it's a whole different deal.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a lot of our people right now, low key under the radar, that believe it or not, because they think the economy situation will change, people will be able to do it financially. They felt like when he was in there, hey, we was booming.
Exactly.
That a lot of them are going to say on the outside, oh, I ain't going for him. Let him get behind that curtain.
Right.
The only difference with Stephen A is he's on a platform to where his words carry.
They do, Mark. Mark, I'm going to let you continue. But let me share something with you. People talk about the economy right now. They talk about inflation. They talk about prices. But you have to understand, from administration to administration, things don't stop because one administration stopped. Let me finish. Things continue. Let me just share something and enlighten the world right now. When President Obama took over the White House, this economy was in shambles.
You're right. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
George Bush had destroyed the economy, the housing market, the stock market, because guess what? Don't play with me. This is my wheelhouse right here. Okay? The economy, okay? All right? And everything, it was in shambles. Obama had to move a whole bunch of crap out of the doorstep before he could make things better. But let me tell you something. Mitch McConnell, see, you guys have to understand.
Well, he's disrupted a whole lot of stuff.
That's right. There are three branches of government.
The judiciary, the legislative, and the executive.
That's right. And we're talking about the presidency, we're talking about Congress, we're talking about the Senate. Okay? And guess what? The laws are passed by the Congress and approved by the Senate. Mitch McConnell, if it doesn't get passed by the Senate, nothing happens.
Well, here's the thing. You got to remember, but William, you got to remember this. And please, this is in no way, shape, or form taken away from what I thought was a tremendous presidency. At the time when Obama ran for president, William, you might have been able to damn near run and win that election. And I say that because we wanted this dude out. This dude that messed up this country so bad that we was looking for any glimmer of hope to get out of what we was in with Bush.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question, though. You know what's so crazy? How you talk about Trump? How bad you talk about Trump?
Uh-huh.
But the person that you got in the seat as president right now,
right, is doing a better job than this clown had ever done. Are you talking about Trump? Are you?
No.
Well, no. No, you talking about
Be quiet. Be quiet, WB.
No. Vote for him. If that's your candidate, vote for him.
Let me finish.
And let me tell you how dumb you will be.
No.
Somebody will say that you are less than nothing.
Did you hear me?
Vote for him.
I said the person that you got in the seat as president right
That's
now.
right. Doing a better job.
You ain't even let me finish what I was saying. You say
let him finish it. Let him finish it.
But guess what he did when he was in the Senate? He won the 3-strike law to make the black father absent in the world.
Well, guess what?
Yeah. Talk about that one.
Well, guess what? Let's talk about that one. How long ago was that? You talking about 50 years ago? Hey, this is 2024. In case you haven't caught up.
Well, no, but Biden destroyed the black family by passing
bullshit. He wasn't the only one. You have more. Well, guess what? You have 100 people in the Senate. He is one to vote.
Mark, He is what when he ain't understanding Biden wrote the bill. And
well, I will say this, and William, you and I can. I'm pretty sure we're going to agree on this. I will say this. I'll be straight up. I'm not a fan of Kamala Harris at all because of what he did to the black male in California was unbelievable. I mean, if a young black got caught with a joint, he was doing 5 years. And she was the one that enforced this as the attorney general. And so she does not have a huge following in the state of California among, I don't know where else, but among African Americans. I know for a fact she does.
Hey, Rob, you know what? I'm not going to disagree with that.
I mean, now on this part here with Stephen A., and this is the problem I have with it.
Oh, let's get back to Stephen.
This is what bothers me with Stephen A. He has a platform that we don't have, in which his word carries.
Yes, they do.
And see, I don't want him speaking for me. But what he is saying to some point is the truth, because you got a lot of blacks that underneath all that rubble, they are going to vote for this dude when the election come up if he's able to run. He's not lying about that. It's the fact. The problem with this administration. Why? Can I tell you why my opinion is to why? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you why I think they will. Because right now, people are so frustrated with this economy that they like, hey, I wasn't going through this 4 or 5 years ago. What's going on? I mean, You get a home. Now, William, you probably know this better than me, but when I came here to Texas, I got my home. My interest rate was 2.9%.
Uh-huh.
The interest rate on a home right now is close to 8%.
Okay.
The average person, I'm just saying at this point, I've got a lot of coworkers who came in and said, man, I got to sell. Hey, man, I'm looking around my neighborhood. Everybody's got for sale signs. I said, it's something I need to know. And a lot of them are like, hey, they got the adjustable interest rate. They can't afford. They're, you know, one guy I know, he said my house payment went from $2,700 to $4,400 a month.
Mm.
I said, well, man, you should be living in the White House. I mean, I ain't paying that.
No, hey, I'm serious about that.
I mean, that's the part where I think.
Right.
That's the part. But for me, Stephen A., I knew you was going to bring that up because I saw, here's the other thing with him that really bothered me this week. Everybody knows O.J. Simpson passed away.
Okay.
I can't ever, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in that situation, whether he did, but all I know is he was convicted of not, he was convicted of not, but he got a sentence not guilty. So he was not convicted. I understand all the frustration the families went through. I understand the whole thing. I understand it, to be honest with you, until OJ was looking at his life being taken away. He didn't really collaborate with his own people that much, but we stuck behind him. And the comments that Stephen A. made when it came to this brother's death really, really threw me off.
I don't know what his comments.
Because his basic thing was, in his opinion, they should have thrown him underneath the jail. Well, my argument about that is, well, okay, if that's the way you feel, then how come nobody sits on here and talks about how when Rodney King got beat out there in Ventura County? No, he got beat in L.A. County. They purposely moved the trial to Ventura County so that they knew that was a more conservative county. They did everything they could to get these cops off, which they did, which resulted into the riots, which was ignorant because the only places that got affected was the ones where blacks and Mexicans live. Hollywood and Beverly Hills didn't suffer any damage. But the point is, nobody sat up here and for the next 30 years talked about how those cops should be paying for the rest of their lives.
Very true.
Or you got the circumstance where if this was reversed, and if that woman OJ had been married to was black, would it still had the same significance? Hell no. It was one of those things where I felt like this horrible thing that happened. Nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves to die that way.
Nobody.
But you mean for one time, but for one time in history, we actually got a victory.
Yeah.
But on the back end of it,
we still got
to pay for it because guess what? After that happened, any brother that got any kind of domestic call, they could say you coughed wrong. The cops was at the door. And when Stephen A. sat and said that on there, but then yet I remember about 5 years ago, when that guy for the Seattle Seahawks beat the hell out of that black girl, that white offensive lineman.
Never heard from him.
Never heard anything. Never heard a word. When they talked about that kicker for the Giants, was it Fiegel, whoever it was, beat up on his wife. Yeah, we ain't hear all that. But when it's Ray Rice, it was top of the news for a month.
I mean, if it's Greg Hardy.
Oh yeah, but see, when you got a platform like that, hey man, how can I put it? Stick to what you specialize in. I'm not saying the brother don't know politics. I don't know.
But I'm just saying, like, sometimes with things that go on, we are our own worst enemy in situations.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, because we don't support each other. And there's a lot of times where, again, in the case of OJ, I don't know what happened. I know I watch that trial every day.
All right, Mark. All right, let's think about outside of the box, outside of OJ. Think about a lot of the situations that we as black men knew better, and especially being a professional athlete.
Well, okay, let's look at Tiger Woods.
I mean, now Tiger knew he shouldn't have been doing that.
Okay, well, I'm just going by what you just said. That's a perfect example. But why did he have to? But why did he have to go and have a press conference and all that to apologize to everybody? Same thing with Kobe. Same thing. Hold up. Same thing with Kobe.
Because we at the top.
Oh, the same thing with Kobe. William was out in LA during that. It was out in LA when that thing with Kobe went down. I mean, it was breaking news when he gave his press conference. But you want to know what's weird about it? The baseball player for the Giants, and he's a white guy, and I actually I'm siding with him, Trevor Bauer.
Oh yeah,
He gets suspended because the lady said he did this and this, and they got all the proof in the world that this woman was consensual to everything.
Yeah.
But now he can't. Now I think the Dodgers still got to. I forget how it works.
No, he played for he with another team.
Well, no, he in Mexico right now.
I thought.
But here's the kicker to this. The woman just got convicted of fraud this week.
Oh wow!
But see, how can I put it? You notice, ain't nothing really big came up out of it. It's been kept pretty quiet. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. But see, when that happens on the reverse end of it, then they try to find a narrative. Oh, she was only, if it would have been, let's say, Ray Rice. Oh, well, she was only convicted of fraud because he wouldn't continue. He wouldn't do what he was supposed to. I mean, they're going to come up with something.
I mean, I understand. Everything. I understand that.
Anything.
I can understand that because, at the end of the day, America gonna always make us look like we the bad guy.
And so, in the case of Stephen A., that's one time where if that's really what he thought, he should have kept it to himself.
You know,
I mean, but everybody is allowed their own.
Yeah, but you don't go in there and you don't go in there and do what he did on that show.
He does not. No, absolutely. As a matter of fact, he's a troll for Trump. This is what Stephen A. is.
Because if you ask me my low-key opinion, as much as I like Stephen A., I think he's a Trump supporter.
You know what, Mark? You exactly. I believe that too. Because guess what? Hold on, roll Mark. Let somebody finish. Well, I think you've spoken a whole lot throughout the last 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, can somebody else have a chance here? Honestly, what I'm saying to you, Mark, that's the conclusion I came to, and Sonia, you have something to say too. That's the conclusion that I came up with. I said, wait a minute, hold it. Because number one, the first giveaway, he came on the Sean Hannity show.
I'm surprised ESPN allowed him to do that.
And he also said him and Sean Hannity were friends.
Well, that answers your question, correct?
Exactly. And so if you notice how he came at this whole situation, he said, yeah, black people can relate to Trump. What average black person you know that's a billionaire? He's a billionaire that discriminated throughout his history.
Well, the only black that I think could probably relate to him is Clarence Thomas, and that's because he had pure Tom, but go ahead on.
Absolutely. This is my point.
I was gonna say
So
Herschel Walker, but
to me,
Well, I forgot about him, but I don't even know how they allowed him to even talk. But go ahead on.
you know what? And so to me, what Stephen A. did was an abomination, and it was a personal insult to every black American out here that has been discriminated against unjustly in jail, unjustly, okay? Because day after day, you find black people that came out of prison because guess what? They didn't do it. They didn't do it.
Well, they didn't have the money to get the
Yeah,
defense.
you got them. I forgot where it was. Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, one of them crazy states there that has done 25 years for allegedly stealing a pair of hedge clippers. And you got this guy out here, and any black person that votes for Donald J. Trump is a damn fool. He doesn't give a damn about you. He doesn't give a damn about anybody. Roma, if you want to vote for him, that's your business,
See,
bro.
you ain't. But the thing is,
Ain't no thing is when it comes to this clown.
the thing is, how many presidents can you really say gave a damn about us anyway?
How many presidents do you know has
don't
more
answer the
indictments?
question.
How many presidents do you know?
Answer the question,
No.
That ain't what I asked you. I don't care about his 4 indictments. Answer
you
the question
don't?
about
Oh,
how
you
many
don't?
of these presidents gave a damn about us as a black race anyway.
Well,
Answer the question.
Barack Obama.
You sure?
Absolutely.
What he did? Give us Obamacare, and you got to pay for that.
No, and guess what? You're supposed to pay for medicine. Are you
Oh,
serious?
oh,
Hold on. Let me tell you. Oh, brother, don't go there because I'm going to tell you something right now. President Obama is going to go down as one of the greatest presidents ever. And I'm going to tell you why. He came in, and you have to, and Mitch McConnell, the the leader of the Senate, don't stop me. The leader of the Senate says, we don't care. Whatever this man proposes,
We're gonna make sure that we reject it.
even if it's in the best interest of the country, we're going to shoot it down.
William, here was my whole thing with that. Real quick.
Let that resonate, Romar. No, you're not listening. You are not listening.
You ain't. See,
You're not listening.
I can't speak.
Do you understand? Because again, let me reiterate.
No matter what he did, they were going to shoot it down.
3 branches of government. You got the president, you got the Congress, you got the Senate. And if the Congress and Senate don't pass the bills, I don't care how good you are.
It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere, Romar.
And Mitch McConnell made it a point. Mitch McConnell made it a point. See, this is the whole thing when it came to Obama. You know what? I don't think this country realized to the next morning when they woke up that, damn, we actually elected a black president. And I think after that, and when they realized he was going to win the presidency, Mitch McConnell said, well, we're going to make this the worst first 4 years he'd ever want to encounter, because it was going to take him 4 years just to clean up the BS that Bush had left. So his first 4 years to me didn't even count, because it took him 4 years just to dig us out of what the hell we was into. And then when he finally got us dug out of that, everything that he proposed, the Republicans rejected.
That's exactly
because they ran the Senate, they ran the House. So guess what? No matter what he tried to do, it was going to not happen because they purposely did it.
That's exactly right. And miraculously, he got, and people call it Obamacare. And I'm going to tell you, let me give you an example. Hold on. Now, you want to talk, you don't want to listen. Okay, no, you ain't done. No, hold on. I'm going to give you a prime example. You poll a bunch of people, especially white people, and you ask them, what do you think about Obamacare? Oh, no. And then you ask them, say, okay, what do you think about the Affordable Care Act? They say, yay! It's the same thing.
And you know what's funny?
The Affordable Care Act and Obamacare is the exact same thing. But that just tells me that you do not like the person that proposed it, but you like the legislation that went through.
Hey,
You have
let me
to
tell
understand something. Come on, man.
Hey, not only that, but you want to know something? If, or at least in California, I haven't seen it out here. But I know you saw it a lot in San Bernardino, William. Every other corner, they had little booths up where you could get a phone.
That's right. Free phone.
Yeah, the Obama phone, which they called it, et cetera, et cetera. Prior to that, none of that existed. Mm-hmm. He made it where the healthcare, he made it where even having some kind of sense of being able to have normalcy of communicating was possible. He went got Osama bin Laden, who this year is worried about getting. He did some phenomenal things, and I'll never forget the night he came on and made the announcement. They made the announcement. He made the announcement that they got bin Laden.
Yeah, let's get into this.
And when he got bin Laden, so man, and did you see how when he walked away? You see how that Obama walked with that little bit of swag to him.
Yeah. So
and basically, you know what he was saying when he turned around and walked away? All you Mitch McConnells, all you haters, just this.
That's right.
But I'm just saying, it's crazy that the community has better rights than us.
I have no idea what you're saying.
The community.
Okay. And let me
know what community, when I say community, they are well more protected than us because of Obama.
What you're saying makes absolutely no. You are not right. Let me tell you what's happening. Oh no, hear me out.
So the LB, whatever that look, they definitely have better rights than we got.
Well, hold on, but let me tell you something, William. I think you can piggyback off this. Let me tell you where that comes from, Romar. I'll tell you exactly where it comes from.
I mean, it was the perfect Mitch.
No. Let me tell you where all that came from. See, we had went through the Trayvon Martin stuff. We have went through all these different things, but see, then when the George Floyd thing went down, they knew it was at a breaking point. They were like, we got to clean this up a little bit because it's getting to a point where this is going to explode. We were in a pandemic. George Floyd happens. All of a sudden, it's okay to pray. It's okay to kneel when Colin Kaepernick got blackballed for doing it. All of a sudden, everybody unite. All this different BS because they were trying to avoid a mass riot in this country of racism.
Okay.
So their mindset was, well, if we ain't gonna stop. But if we can just pretend like we clean it up a little bit, everything it'll simmer down. So we're gonna put Black Lives Matters. They can paint them in the streets. We can put little signs up. That was a bunch of BS because all they was doing was trying to clean up a little bit of a mess because they knew it had gotten out of control. And if they didn't get it under control at some point, they didn't know what to expect and they were scared. Because see, it's like this. What we got to remember as African Americans is that's exactly what we are. And at the end of the day, no matter how much we think things have changed, it has not. Because underneath that cover, we're still African Americans. And until we recognize that as a whole, the arguments we have in here, the arguments they might have down there at the Shark Bar, the arguments they can have down there at the Saco Slip, it's going to continue. And you notice we're the only ones to be arguing about it.
That's right.
Because see, the other races ain't worried about it because they know they got us in turmoil.
That's exactly right. And it's almost like, Mark, it's almost like a ping pong machine.
Oh, yeah, because you know what it is, what they do to us is it's just like a soda. They shake it up and then open the cap because they know we're going to be all over the place.
That's exactly right.
And see, as long as they can do that to us, we ain't going to ever be together as one.
You're exactly right. And remember this.
But hold on. Is it really them doing it to us or we allowing them?
No, they do it to us.
You have to understand this.
They say it to a certain point. Some things that you allow to happen to you.
Some things you do, and some things you have no control over because a systemic system out here. If a system is set up, it's just like a piece of machinery. Something's going to have to make something else work. You got to have an engine. You got to have a transmission.
I know America is based off of when it comes to us. They have already trained us to the Willie Lynch book.
Well, see, no, guess what? Some of us have bought into this, and some haven't. But you have to understand, you react to the information that you are privy to getting. Okay, and you react. I'm gonna give you a simple example. You walk up to somebody and you say, "Hey, good morning. How are you?" Most people would respond, "Hey, great. How are you?" You walk up to somebody and say, "Fuck you."
Hey,
Whoa,
But
okay.
that's their choice.
But no, it's not a choice.
Yes,
But
it is.
there's a deeper point. There's a deeper point that I'm trying to bring over
But
to
it's
you.
their choice to
No,
respond the way that they want to, though.
Oh
At
no.
the end of the day,
What I'm saying
they
is,
got to respond the way that you expect them to respond.
I'm not saying that Romar. Hear me out.
Hold on. Hey,
What I'm saying is, you're going to respond, or you're going to feel a certain way based on the response or the approach that you get. If somebody says, "Hey, good morning," and somebody says, "Hey, forget you," all right, then you're going to feel different ways.
Oh no, because that's how me and my grandma spoke to each other every morning.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Kevin.
Which one was that?
Hey, Kevin, are you good?
What you mean?
Good morning.
No, it was forget you.
Kevin, blink twice if you're okay.
Yeah,
Hey, well, here's my whole thing with that. Here's my whole thing with this.
we spoke to each other.
This is how it is for me. And you can run into this.
That's the truth.
And William, you've seen it in California yourself. You can be walking in the mall, and you could be walking in the mall. Usually, if you see another black male, it could be on the other side of the mall. But you walk past, we all have that certain nod we give to each other, basically greeting each other. Then you can be in a situation where you see a black with a person of the opposite color, and they'll walk right past you like you don't exist. And see, my mindset is that, hey, you can kiss my rump too. So I don't let it affect me one way or the other. That just lets me know who you are and what you are about.
Right. And I have to apologize here to you two because I've been already canceled off one of channels here. Okay. I apologize for dropping an F bomb.
But I'm just saying.
Well, hey, you know what? It happens on all the networks, William. So it can happen every now and then.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people gonna be who they are, and some people allow certain people to do what they do.
Okay.
Well, you know what? It's like this. It comes off the heels of William saying, talking about Stephen A. And the bottom line to it is this.
That's his opinion, though.
So, no, I'm saying Stephen A. has a platform that most of us are not privy to having.
That's right.
And in my opinion,
on this presidency.
And guess what? It could. And I would say he's dead wrong. I'm going back to my
Why he got to be dead wrong for his opinion?
His opinion that the black people relate to him.
That's his opinion. It's not a proven fact, but that's his opinion.
But he was, but Roma, what he's basically saying is Stephen A. is on a platform where white America looks at it as if Stephen A. is speaking for all of us, and he ain't speaking, and he's not speaking for me.
Yeah, I understand that, but
ain't no but. How's it gonna be a but when he did something as stupid as that? Because I don't relate to him. Okay,
we finally got back to Stephen A.
Hey, Sonia.
Hey, hold on. Hey, but guess what? The crazy thing is,
who got that background going on?
What's that book that you got? Trivia questions on who?
Okay, I want to hear from Sonia.
Hold on,
no, Roma, hush up for a second.
I want to hear from Sonia.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Y'all done gone off the subject, back on the subject, off the subject, back on the subject.
It's off the rails.
Y'all two especially, I don't already put that in writing that you and Romar are off the rails. Okay, but this is what I'm going to go ahead and say.
Please, Jerry.
I'm not going to say that Stephen A. is a Trump supporter or not. What I am going to say is, did his station, whether it's ESPN, TNT, or whoever he's with right now, did any of them apologize for what he said?
No.
Okay, so I ain't finished. Hush up. So
I say like Roman.
So I say this because who's to say that he was not told to say that on the air just to get the publicity that y'all have just spent the last, I don't know how long, but I got tired of it, talking about this whole thing. Because Stephen A, he's a household name, but he really has not been in any conversations lately until now.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I guess I look at it as a standpoint. You're 100% correct. But see, the way the rest of the general public looks at it is that they take it as if he's speaking for the rest of us.
Yes, and we do, and I agree with that. But he also is trying to make sure he continues to get a paycheck. And if his boss said, "Hey, we need you to give this line just so we can start a little turmoil and get a little couple extra ratings," then he's going to
Well,
sit there later
well
on
no,
in life.
you're correct.
I didn't say I was a Trump supporter. I just stated what I received as a fact that has been proven right or wrong since then.
I mean, you got a great point. I guess the only thing I would say is that for I was shocked that he was actually on Fox. That's the part that throws me off because contractually he's with ESPN, and you usually don't go on any other networks like that, especially when you got one that is conservative as Fox. So for him to be able to appear in that, maybe ESPN did say, "Hey, you know what?
You can go do this interview.
Go ahead and do this interview." I don't know. I'm just saying that throws me off because normally, like I said, especially in a political specter, they don't. That doesn't usually happen. Because the last person who did that, she's no longer at ESPN, and that's Sage Steele.
But you know what's crazy? Everybody's GOAT is a Republican.
Well,
Michael Jordan is a Republican, but he don't get no grief for being one. Think about that.
He does get grief because that's how we found out that the Nikes were part of the prison system.
Well, he said
that wasn't true.
Hold on.
Okay,
what he said? He said he didn't even make the shoe for us. He made it for the white kid that got the parent that can afford the shoe.
Well, if he said that, then I mean, oh my God, I didn't know he had said that. It's the same thing with Tommy Hilfiger saying he didn't like blacks wearing his stuff.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. And guess what we doing? We still going out here buying the ticket.
I can't lie to that. You go in my room, that's all that's there.
But it's so crazy because we can hold this man, Michael Jordan, to so much on the podium, but he's a Republican.
Well, Wilt Chamberlain was too.
Yeah, but and it's crazy because
here's my thing. Just because he's the greatest of all time when it comes to basketball doesn't that mean he's the greatest of all time, period.
But
you're
you're 100% correct with that because he sucked as an owner. But go ahead.
Yeah, I understand.
And remember, he at one point sucked as baseball too.
But look at it. We giving Stephen A. so much grief because of what he said.
Yeah,
but we hold Michael Jordan to a bigger standard than Stephen A. Smith.
No, here's the thing. No, we don't. Here's the reason why. What Stephen A. said was this week. What Michael Jordan said was how long ago?
But it's still
it's not a part of the current conversation. We're still holding it deep down somewhere down by the riverside, but we're not holding it right now. That's the thing. Everybody gets 15 minutes. The reason it's called 15 minutes is
let me ask you a question, Sonia, and you could probably relate to this better than me. I didn't mean to cut you. Go ahead and finish. I'll ask you after you're done.
No, you're fine.
So when Omarosa supported Trump and actually, I believe, worked with him for a little while in the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
And I did not like her from the moment I talked to her. I mean, no, I'm not. I've never talked to her. The moment I saw her on the screen as a woman, looking at a woman, I'm not going to say the words that I said, but she was not anywhere near one of my favorites. After I found out she was a Trump supporter, that was my personal, oh yeah, that's why I didn't like her. And then she changed her mind and, oh, I'm for the black people. I see how wrong I was. No, I still don't trust you.
I didn't like her from the time she was on that show that Trump had where you had the the deal or whatever it was called.
The assistant or something.
No.
Yeah, I could not stand her from the moment I first saw her. And she's from my home. So yeah.
But here's another example. Stacey Dash. As an actress, we used to love her. As an actress, we used to love her. We used to think every black woman should look like her. Da 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 da. Once she opened her mouth when a script was not in front of her, we couldn't stand her.
Clueless.
Yeah,
Well, she was ignorant, but yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
still ignorant.
But
Yeah.
see, that's the thing. See, that's the crazy.
Certain shit
We
don't
hold,
change.
Right.
we hold certain people to a different standard, and they come.
No, it's not that we hold them to a different standard. We give them praise for what we see.
That's right.
We give Michael Jordan praise for making a decent shoe that we like, and we give him praise for
No, I give
baseball
them, well,
and
no,
basketball.
no, I give them praise for basketball.
Yeah, that's why I hummed over baseball.
I don't give them praise because of the shoe or nothing like that. It's what he did for me.
On the court.
It's what he did to really transition to what the game is today, far as the money that the athletes get. Because if you don't get them, if he don't get them $30 million 1 year deals, LeBron doesn't get those deals that he gets now.
I couldn't agree with you more. And the same thing with golf. Look at Tiger Woods. Right now, man, I just wish that he would win one more championship of some sort. And
No, because
that may not happen. No, that may not
It's
happen.
not going to happen
However,
because they kept that away from him. They found a way
No,
to destroy his career.
no, he kind of destroyed himself. But I'll tell you why I say that.
no, you're wrong.
They was gonna keep. They was gonna keep.
No, I don't. No, more. I disagree with you on that, and I'll tell you why.
I agree with you, Mark.
You can't go out there. See, here's the problem. And I'm just going to be real with it. See, Tiger Woods never thought he was black, even though his dad was black. See, he developed that mindset that, to be honest with you, no, let me tell you. In all actuality, Tiger had that bully syndrome in him because he got punked a lot. So first thing he did, he gonna go start training with the Navy SEALs, do all that stuff, tore his body up. Then he got himself to the point where, first, because you remember if you ever watched him when he was young, Tiger wasn't that, he's kind of small.
Yeah, he was skinny.
Then he went out there, buffed himself up because he was, thought that was going to change things. Then he put himself in a position where that's his own personal life. I feel like it was nobody's business what he was doing with other women, but that's neither here nor there. But through all those different things, he never recognized his own culture. But yet we were, again, his biggest supporters. And in Tiger's case, like he's kind of, I don't like to say self-destructive, but the things that's happened to him in the recent years, it's been him. I mean, you can't go to sleep at the wheel of the car and go over the side of the cliff and think it's going to work.
But see,
no, I'm just saying there ain't nothing that has nothing to do with anybody taking something from him. You can't sit up there and you don't want to get yourself ripped to the point to where now your whole body depends on how you swing and so on and so on. But now you've built yourself to where you've destroyed certain parts of your body. You can't put yourself in a position where you're getting hooked on pain medication and all those different things. So I don't believe that anybody did anything to disrupt his golf game but him.
No, but look, this is my thing. Like I'm saying, when they put us as these faces, we are when we got this spotlight, we are our own worst enemies. Listen, let me give you a couple of examples. Like you just said, the Tiger Woods show. When Kobe was becoming him, being who he was going to be, he did the situation where he got the little.
You know, in Colorado.
Yeah, listen. I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you some examples.
No, I agree with you, Omar. But you know what it is that happens.
I got more examples.
Okay.
Damn.
All right,
I got more examples. Jordan with his dad and his gambling. Then when his second three-peat came around, it was his adultery on his wife. All right. Couple of more.
Yeah, go on. Because see, the thing about it is
Shaq adultery on his wife.
Hold on. See, Romar, but hold on, Romar. But here's the thing.
But see,
no, I'm not disagreeing with you. But here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I can revert back on that because see, in Tiger's case, if it ain't for Tiger, hold on, let me tell you. In Tiger's case, if it ain't for him, the money they making now, it wouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
that's number one.
See,
hold on. But let me bring it back to you a little bit. Phil Mickelson, notoriously known for gambling, dealing with black women, doing all kind of other stuff. But see, he was the All-American boy. You don't hear too much on that, though, huh? Bill Caliber, it said that he fathered a child in Pittsburgh with a black woman. You don't hear too much about that, though. See what I'm saying? Until the girl got dumb and went out there and set her own self up, the girl that was messing with the owner from the Clippers. He told all that stuff about he don't want blacks a part of his stuff, but he's sleeping with one every night. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And so, see, they know how to do damage control. We don't. That's the difference.
And that's all. That's all. That's why I call it. We are our own worst.
No, you want to know what it is? And William, you and I had this talk a while back. You know what it's called? It's called, we can give you all of this, but we can tell you how quick we can take it back.
That's exactly right. And I'm gonna
that's what it's called.
But hold on, Mark. But at the same time, we'll give them a reason to take it back.
No, we're not. No. Let me talk against this.
Sometimes, in some of the situations, you can.
No. Let me go back to
some of the situations that you get caught in.
Let me go back to something I said over an hour ago. You've got good and bad across the spectrum.
Okay.
Yep. You got good and bad. I don't care. Black, white, Asian, Italian, Japanese. No, hold on.
But the spotlight is on everything that we do.
No, hold on. Guess what?
We have to actually almost be perfect.
Well, Guess what? I hate to say that, but guess what? That's the way it is. And here's the thing that you got to look at. Hold up. I don't know where Mill's at, but I'll put it to you like this. Michael Porter's brother.
Dumbest guy in the world.
Just got basically, he's going to get banned for life.
He already got banned for life. For
betting on the games, they say. Let's see how many of his buddies that was setting him up with this was black. Because I guarantee you it ain't one of them.
Everybody was of a different race.
Fighting.
What did you say, Sonia?
He said everybody is. I started singing.
You know, this is the point that we're making.
As quick as they can give it to us, as quick as you can get in a situation, they get tired of you. They can come up with something to bring you down real quick.
But I'm saying, at the end of the day, like you said, Mark, they can take it, but it's still a decision that we make.
Mark, no.
And that's all I'm saying. I can make a decision for you, but you.
Hey, Romar, nobody's disagreeing with you. Well, what I'm saying is, when it comes, if you want to put across the spectrum, and then let's put across different cultures, we are judged on a different standard.
We're on a different level. Exactly.
I said that already. We already have to go through life almost perfect.
I mean, you look at this perfect example. I'm glad to see this brother is playing again. Little Isaiah Thomas. He's actually in the game for Phoenix right now. Perfect example of that. The Boston Celtics basically ruined this boy.
Yeah, they did the Grant Hill.
But what kind of compensation did he get for it after it happened?
A G League contract.
Hey,
well, you know what? Where he was put in a position where it was a contract year coming up,
and the crazy thing is they disrespected him because he decided to leave and not play to go to his sister's funeral that died. And actually, he played in the game the day that she died and won the game.
But guess what? He played in that game, but he was also put in a position where they said, hey, this is a franchise that ain't won playoffs and whatever period of time it was. We need you. This is a contract year. I guarantee you that was his agent talking to him. The boy went out there, not only did he go out there playing under emotional distress, but he destroyed his hip.
Yeah.
Grant Hill. Same thing. Wow. Detroit had no business playing him in that game. They had him playing on a broken ankle, shot his ankle up with so much cortisone that the doctors actually contemplated cutting off his leg.
That's right. I remember that.
But see, at the same time,
But guess what? It was a contract year.
and guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna make that decision to go out there and
Well,
play.
he didn't. Hey, hold on. You got to remember something. He was still playing off of a rookie deal. He didn't have much of it. Hell, I would have played too.
I mean, but hey, he's.
But if the organization cared anything about him, they would say, "Hey,
right here's the situation. He did steal $93 million from Orlando. Right?
He didn't steal nothing.
Yes, he did because
he
never suited up for 7 years for Orlando.
No, he played for him. He played a little bit, but not that much. But let me ask you a question.
Season in year 7.
But let me ask you a question. No, I put that on Orlando for one reason. You got a team of doctors. Everybody else said he was good to go. If your doctor failed you in that one, that's your fault. Get a better doctor.
That's exactly right.
I mean, it's the same thing. I ain't heard nobody say when Aaron Rodgers played one series and went down that he robbed the New York Jets of $40 million.
That's exactly right.
But you know what? You agree with me when he say Anthony Davis stealing money, but Anthony Davis done played more games than Grant Hill did in a 7-year, $93 million contract.
That was last year.
Orlando Magic.
But hold on. Here's the problem I got with Anthony Davis. Here's the problem I got with him. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, and so is William. Here's the problem I got with Anthony Davis. This dude, you bump into him, and somehow he gone for 2 weeks. I mean, and you got to remember something. That was part of the organization's fault too, because they was doing all that game management, and a bunch of BS. And there's no way that dude should have been missing games the way he did. But his reputation got put on the line after this past season. Got a nickname, street clothes, et cetera, et cetera.
That's right.
And his mindset came to the point where he had to look at it and he said, "Hey man, it's thing got to the point where I got to do something because my whole legacy is on the line." The same thing, if you look at it right now, Kawhi Leonard got named to the Olympic team. How in the hell do you get elected to the Olympic team and you play 7 games a year? And he's from our home, William. You're not supporting that.
Hey, Bill.
Yes, sir.
You guys, Bill, we haven't heard from you in 45 minutes.
I've just been.
Have y'all given him a chance to talk in 45
Give him
minutes?
a chance.
Not really.
Well,
Thank you, Mark.
Hey, Sonia. No, you cannot defend him right now.
I have to
He
defend
is
him. He's
no,
my
you
man.
know, yeah, I know you do. He is the host. He can jump in anytime he wants. Yeah, I know.
No, he couldn't. Not with the two of y'all going. No, sir. I didn't even jump in.
Oh, we didn't hear from you like 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, when I had to take control.
Well, I told you to jump in.
And then you say, I know you have something to say, but I got this to say. And then you two started going. That's when I sent the text about y'all two being off the rails.
Well, what do you
he got a time.
What,
I did mine. That was his turn. So I'm going to let him have his time. See, here you go. Told me I can't defend him, and then you trying to make me defend me. Romar, you are always the bad guy. I want you to know that. Because you are Romar. Somebody's got to be the bad guy. Just accept your title. You ain't even Stephen A. You Skeletor or something. I don't even know. 1980s villain.
Yeah. You're a Stephen A. fan. And I don't care.
Babe, would you like to say anything before these two get started again?
Oh, my God.
Get it out the way.
What topic would you like to jump in on?
I just been sitting back here having the time of my life. I just been sitting back just watching you guys just in your elements.
Oh.
I really had nothing to add to it. It was just I was staying in content for the past 3 hours and
we've been going for 3 hours.
3 hours and 30 minutes exactly.
Oh my God. Shut up, Robot. You're not behind the microphone, so you have nothing to say. All right.
That has been proven a lie for so many car rides. So many car rides that's been proven wrong.
Hey, Mill, please comment on any part of the
Knicks and Philly starting now. Damn, we talked through that whole Minnesota game.
What's going on?
Yeah,
It just tipped off.
Minnesota waxed Phoenix by a dub.
by 25.
Oh,
That was your boy William Durant.
What's going on?
Shit, he got blowed out.
yeah, they got waxed.
See,
By 25 points.
Oh, Kevin's alive too. Wait a minute. Kevin just said something. Hold on. Kevin just said something. Let Kevin come back from 3 hours ago. Go ahead, Kevin.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Look. My man almost fell asleep.
We know.
Man, look.
We know you almost fell asleep. Mill actually came on the mic at one point and said, Kevin, blink twice if you're still alive.
Oh, my God.
And we didn't hear anything from you.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that was the last time you heard of me, by the way.
You know what? You guys wanted to eat.
Hey, Kev ate a little bit and took a hell of a power nap.
Yeah,
I'm not complaining.
Kevin ate and took a power nap. He good.
Kevin took a power nap. That Sid must have gone home to cook dinner.
Romar, look, either you in or you out.
Yeah, because you let all the air out.
Yeah.
Well, we know you got that too, but close the door.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so be outside. Don't be inside outside. Be outside. I said close the door. Close the door.
The queen said close the door. Okay.
Oh boy.
See?
Yeah,
he's always been hard headed. But anyway, off the real. Roma, I thought we had gotten rid of him. I thought we had gotten rid of him.
No, you don't.
Oh, Lord.
That don't happen.
But you know what, man, I love this off the real show. I like this. I love this a whole lot better than our morning show that we had. Okay.
Yeah, and one of the things about it is I was actually, I was actually refreshed because during my normal busy schedule, I'm always up at 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm your son's in morning person. I'm always up at 5 a.m. I'm always doing something. So by moving the morning show into the afternoon, I'm still up in the morning, but I get a lot of stuff I get a lot of stuff done that I'm not able to get on a normal basis. So this was actually a good thing for me also. And when we don't have a whole lot of sports to talk about in the future, but outside of basketball, so we cover that.
We did not talk about the draft for WWE coming up.
Let's get into that then.
Okay, well let's talk about it.
And that's next week.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and Mark.
Mark is gone.
Mark is gone.
Mark left the building.
Cody going to SmackDown.
Okay, let's. You guys can talk about WWE. I'm out. Thank God.
Well, so is Becky Lynch. He's out right now.
Well, I think Cody going to SmackDown. I think he's going to keep him on Raw.
I think Solo's going to be the tribal chief.
But what show he going to stay on?
I don't care about that. He going to be the tribal chief. He going to go wherever he want.
He ain't the tribal chief.
He is.
I don't think.
The unspoken tribal chief right now.
He is the tribal chief. That's why Paul Heyman is not arguing with him.
For the time being.
It has not been determined that he is the tribal chief. Roman Reigns is still the tribal chief, and what I heard that he is working on a bloodline storyline.
Yes, that is
with
true.
the WWE right now, while he's chilling.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna have what is that thing called? Civil War next year.
Well, maybe it might be
SummerSlam.
Yeah, it'll be best by SummerSlam.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the tribal chief is gonna be Jacob, the one we haven't seen yet. I mean, because you think about Solo, what he's doing is being a lot more vocal now. Yeah, I get all that. But at the same token, it still looks like a lot of yes man work, a lot of underboss work.
But why you say Jacob?
Because we haven't seen him yet.
Because Jacob and Tonga were a tag team. And what I forgot what pro wrestling it is, but in Japan, they were a tag team.
You gotta tighten up, New York.
So them two along with Solo do have familiarity. Just like we talked about with Damage Control and the Kabuki Warriors, how back over there in Japan, Io, Asuka, and Kairi, they were a tag team over there. Same thing with these guys. So Solo, Tonga, and Jacob. So you can see a scenario where, of course, the Usos look like they're at some point in time they will reunite, and somebody's got to save Paul Heyman. So who better than the Tribal Chief to come back with the Usos and have this little civil war?
And I'm sorry to say, I still got my wild card out there. Mr. Lesnar gonna come back and fuck mess it. Excuse me.
Okay.
Oh boy,
Today has truly been off the rails,
In more ways than one.
yeah.
I think Mr. Lesnar
but
is
with
gonna
the
come
same
back
word.
and mess everything up. He's gonna stick his head out somewhere because we haven't seen him.
That is true.
Well, yeah.
Also,
Also keep in
He's
mind
gonna poke
because
his head out.
well, yeah, but
He's
also
supposed to
keep
say
in mind,
Pokemon.
and they still and have you noticed that they still have not announced where WrestleMania is going to be yet next year yet?
And
Yeah.
he just regardless we ain't seen him, but he just renewed a contract too. I think last year.
Right.
Brock
But
Lesnar did.
what I'm saying is also there's a timing behind it because it's supposed to be in his home in his backyard next year.
In
That's what
Minnesota, right?
yeah, in Minneapolis. So
Yeah.
that's the timing of everything. Everything comes in stages.
And if he doesn't deal with the bloodline, he gonna take the belt from Cody.
I can see, oh, I can see that. My guys, it's 6:30. We coming to the end of the show. So we're gonna wrap this thing up, and I'm gonna give everybody a chance to give some part words before we ride out. Hey Mark,
You ain't near the mic. He can't hear you.
No, I'm here,
Okay.
any parting words before we get out of here?
man. It's been an amazing almost 4 hours. Uh, uh,
And you got to speak for about two of it. The other
yeah,
two was
I
rolling
said
over
I said it's been amazing.
happy.
Sonia, you were amazing. Your input was
Thank
really was great. I mean, you put a lot of things in perspective. To be honest, that was the highlight of everything that was going on. Everybody's entitled to how they feel, but you were spot on with what you had to say, and you were very, very neutral, which was for this panel right here is unusual. So, so I mean, it was just great. I mean, I enjoyed it, uh, and like I said, I just had a good time.
I appreciate you, Mark. Hey Kev.
Hey, I think we just set a new record.
The longest show. The
The
longest.
longest, the longest show since I've been on. So
Oh my God, I'm so exhausted.
yeah,
This is what you
man.
want.
This
I
was
mean, and the sun's still up. I'm surprised. I'm like, what?
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get roll my home and back across the water for the sun. For the sun.
But look, you don't have to take me to get nothing to eat because I already got it.
Yeah. Word.
Oh, I
What?
like this already. I like this already.
Look,
As,
we getting snow tomorrow then.
Hold on, don't start
see,
that.
Cam, don't even call it because we didn't seen it in April.
Don't even start. Don't even start that.
I
Don't
ain't
even
got
start
time for snow.
But I'm gonna
I
say
know.
wild humbug to my sister.
He always tells me ball and bug.
But it's great having you on because you give me that other energy that I need because I like to argue with y'all sometimes. I like that.
We know you like to argue, and we'll come up with your villain name too. We ain't gonna call you slow no more. We
I
gonna
mean,
call you something else.
I think my argumentative side is because I grew up with in a house full of females, so it's like I know somewhat how y'all operate.
But then you keep making